Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people of the universe. First thing, happy February, happy Black History Month, and just happy day, man. Beautiful day, beautiful week, another day of living,
New beginnings, bro.
new beginnings. It's just great, man. I kind of just enter February with like a different energy, and it's Black History Month, and we got a round table this month, and we got good things rolling out this month, and it's always good to start the month proclaiming beautiful things. So, before we get started, how y'all fellas doing today?
I
I'm
am the
okay.
commander.
No, you gotta do it like this, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome your beautiful and wonderful, the Washington Commanders.
And then it's teach me how to Dougie playing in the background like it's the John Wall intro.
Literally, go crazy, man. What? But yeah, man, that's gonna be fun talking when we get to that. And look who pops in as soon as we start. That is beautiful. This man's timing is immaculate. Let me let this man join the call before we get started. Marky
I'm here.
Mark, what's good, Pop? What's good, brother?
Was
Shit,
all here,
man.
ready to
Why
go.
did it not
Yep.
just Steve Neto?
Let's get it. Let's go. All right. Well, you know what? Let's just start with this since we kind of started to talk about it. The Washington football team has officially come up with a name. The Washington Commanders.
We are the commander.
And
LOL.
what are y'all takes on it? How do I feel about it? Like I said, we was kind of talking about it before you came in, Mark, before we kind of got
I,
started.
I was
I was
really
cracking
hoping
jokes
for the
about
big
it.
road porch monkeys, bro.
Bro, I was cracking jokes about it, but it's better than no name, I guess. Yeah, the controversy's over,
It's
I
better
guess.
than the
Hey,
WTFs.
It's finally done.
It's
Yeah,
better than
but
the
yeah,
hey man,
WTFs, man.
WT, yeah, this funny,
truth
bro.
be told, like I'm in the rare like Washington part of the fan base that didn't really care what the name was. It's like,
Y'all
bro,
shouldn't, for real. It's
just
it's
give it
like
like
it's just something.
just
Get it over
because
with.
it's like at the end of the day, it don't matter what the name is as long as the team's winning. That's all
Y'all
that
gotta
we care
win.
about,
Winning
bro.
cures everything. That's what I've been
That
saying.
is
Winning
all
cures
that we care
everything. Because really, the
about.
Commanders sound better than a whole lot of other
And
certain
then
NFL teams. Sounds better than the
and
fucking
then even
Texans and
after that,
Browns.
like,
Like the
and then
fuck.
even after that, I'm noticing the name was leaked last night. Everybody hated it at first, but now you're seeing more and more people starting to come around to it. And this is exactly what I said would happen months ago, bro. Because it's like if people could come around to the football team, as in the lack of a name, if people could come around to that,
I was
people
getting
could
used to that
definitely
too.
people could definitely come around to whatever it is that Washington's name may be. In this case, Commanders. And the uniforms got leaked last night. Everybody hated them, but now we actually saw them today, like on players and on mannequins, and suddenly they look really good. And I did notice one thing about the uniforms, the black ones in particular, that really makes me happy. And it was like Christmas morning when I saw it, because once it was announced that that word was not going to be the name anymore and there would be like a whole rebrand, the first thing I remember saying is, I want uniforms with the DC flag on the sleeves. Then they roll out the black jerseys, the black alternates, and they got a DC flag on the sleeve. That alone tells me that they at least listened to fans during all this, and fan input was greatly considered. And I love it. I love it. We the Commanders now. Let's roll with it.
Yeah, I really look at the name and I say, for one, I don't hate the name. And of course, I'm not a fan of the Commanders. I'm a Cowboys fan. But anyways, I don't hate the name. I don't hate the uniforms. What I do hate is I hate the rollout. And really what's been going on over the course of the last month and a half, where they're leaking stuff and the uniforms are coming out and it's the Commanders and it's before the whole Today Show, and even still when they presented that, it was kind of very climactic. But what I will say is it's very safe. I remember in the video that they put out a couple months ago, I think like around Christmas time, maybe it was a little bit before then, it said that they were going to show, pay homage to the military. They did that with the Commanders,
Yep.
and he said that with Red Tails and Red Wolves that they were taken. Okay, that's fine, because you don't want to get into copyright hell that the Cleveland Guardians went through.
Guardians. I was talking to my mom about that.
Yeah, we literally talked about this a few months ago.
So it's a good, safe pick. It does sound like a damn XFL Arena League team, but like Evan said, like people will come around to it. The uniforms are nice. I don't hate it, but what I will say is week 1, Monday Night Football. I want it to be Dallas Cowboys, Washington Commanders at FedEx Field in week 1, so we can bust y'all ass and just make y'all hate yourselves a little bit more for the next week or so.
And another thing you got to realize about that game,
that'd be a good marketer
and why I want it to be the Monday night game too, is you're gonna have the last 2 defensive rookies of the year. You got Chase Young, and you got Micah Parsons, who is definitely gonna win it. That's why I'm saying it now. I'm saying it now so comfortably. And the next thing about that is Chase Young is undefeated against the Cowboys. Micah Parsons undefeated against Washington. So something's got to give on that one.
Watch his time.
Front. Yeah. And then there was another thing I was about to say. Oh yeah, the reason why Commander sounds like it's not an NFL type name is because this is the first time in over 20 years that anybody in the NFL even had a new name. Although, to be fair, considering the last new name before us, considering the last time somebody had to come up with a new name before we did, they ended up picking Texans. I don't think Commanders is too bad.
Yeah, Texans, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely
it sounds
better
better than the fucking
Texans,
Browns.
for sure, man.
It sounds better than the fucking, bro, what is a Brown?
I mean, the thing with
Brown?
the Cleveland, the color brown is like a significance to that city.
Actually, no, they're named after the dude that founded the team.
Paul Brown founded the team. Paul Brown.
So it's the last name. So it's called the last. Actually, I never knew it was
Paul Brown.
Just
a little fun fact here. Paul Brown owned the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. Paul Brown, I think it's his son or his grandson, is the current owner of the Bengals now.
Oh wow! So they kind of it's like a family tradition.
That's why the Bengals stadium is the only stadium that doesn't have a sponsor. Their stadium is still named after their owner. Mm-hmm. So it's still Paul Brown Stadium.
I didn't know that.
Makes sense. I never knew
it's hilarious. The whole reason the Bengals even came to be, man. The whole reason the Bengals even came to be is because the Browns kicked Paul Brown out of the organization. And this man said, you know what? Screw y'all. I'm making a new team and I'm ripping up and I'm taking the colors with me. But instead of orange and brown, he chose orange and black, and that's the Bengals were born.
Bengals, yup. And look at the Bengals now at the Super Bowl.
And then just one more fun fact about the Bengals. I noticed because I watched a Football Life on Chris Collinsworth, and they went back through the whole lineage of the Cincinnati Bengals. So the reason why the Bengals wear stripes on their helmets is not to really commemorate the Bengal tiger. It's because when the Browns and Bengals would play each other, the uniforms would look so similar because they both had orange helmets that they couldn't really tell which team was which. So the Bengals decided, okay, well, we'll put stripes on our helmet because, go Tigers. And
go Tigers.
Go Tigers. Yeah.
Go Tigers. Joe Burrow.
Man, them quarterbacks had to be confused as hell that day, bro.
I know, bro.
Every single pass, either a catch or an interception, and you have no idea which one it is until the dude start running.
Bro, that's wild. Them helmets look dead alike. I'm like, fuck no, bro.
Imagine you just threw a dime. You feeling real good about yourself, and dude catches it.
And it's a whole pick six. It's a whole pick six.
Yeah, bro. You see the other guy running the other way. I'm like, that was sweet. I was like, nah.
You sit here doing the LeBron.
Right.
He was freeze, like. It's like honestly, I
And
was
then the
just like
dude run
pleased. I'm
past
like,
you,
what the
just
fuck?
mad. So you like,
Like you just stand there accepting it.
you just like,
Yeah,
bruh.
it's like,
Yeah,
damn,
that's
I
on
just
me.
fucked up.
That's on me.
You like, bruh.
Hey, the
Like
Bengals,
who
they
let us
interesting
wear the same
franchise, bro.
helmets, dog?
I'm like, bro, whoever,
Who
bro,
was in charge of
the
this?
team marketing and design, bro. I have beef with you. We have beef now. We need to change immediately.
My
Immediately.
goodness, that's why you
Immediately.
think about it. Yeah, the helmets they kind of do like look similar, like without the yeah, like you said, literally without the stripes, bro. Like it'll basically be the same helmet. That's all it is, bro. The Bengals helmet, literally just stripes with black, like black stripes and an orange helmet.
No
That was
lie.
funny. I never knew it had nothing to do with a tiger though, but yet they called the Bengals.
I mean, it was kind of like one of those things where it's like, okay, well, it makes sense. It makes sense to just
And then
do,
I think of
just
stripes
do
at
that.
first.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
it's like that's funny. I'm like, why didn't they think of stripes at first? I'm like, wow, that's
So,
interesting though.
white people back in the 60s don't know the damn thing.
They're like, oh, tigers, they're orange for the most part. Yeah, fuck stripes. Like shit. Oh
It's so
man,
funny how like we look back in like the 60s and 70s. We're looking like, what the hell were they thinking? But I'm telling you, in like 20 years, we're gonna look back like, what the hell were they, what were we thinking?
But this is
hey, times change, man.
but
Right.
I look at like the uniforms back in the 60s now and I look now, and this is exactly why the Raiders, Packers, and Cowboys have the best uniforms in the NFL because they're so timeless.
Mhm.
They have the Cowboys changed a little bit. The
Raiders
Raiders, if
never really
any
changed.
the Raiders, if anything, like the color of the letters on their white jerseys changed, but throughout the years, oh yeah, and the 49ers,
I was actually 49ers too. 49ers been consistent.
The Cowboys, Steelers, Packers, 49ers, and Raiders, their uniforms never changed a bit.
Steelers just got rid of them brown pants, like those dark, dirty white pants. Now they just made
Yeah,
them
but that
yellow,
was
basically.
but
Yeah,
that was before they really got into the NFL.
NFL. That was like the more like the AFL, I guess, way
Yeah,
back with like the
that was
Oilers. Yeah, like the
that
like when they started
was
to
that was way back when fucking Franklin
they had them
Roosevelt
jail uniforms, bro.
was
They had
This
them
man
jail
said
uniforms, bro.
FDR,
Like
bro.
they
I'm
really,
dead.
bro. You can't believe at one point the Steelers really like some jail inmates on the field, bro. Like them uniforms look smooth, like them old, like those old school jail uniforms. It's like niggas were really looking like referees back in the day. Put them jail uniforms. Like what the hell? Like that was like the probably the ugliest uniforms ever, bro. And every time they bring them back, I'm like, bro, they're still ugly.
But
I don't know
something
why
that
they
will
bring them
always
back.
fascinate me before we
It's
go on
like
to the next one is like, remember back when refs, I don't know if I'm trying to remember what sports was. There used to be refs that come out with like a bow tie and a blue button up, bro.
yeah,
The
that
flag.
was AFL football.
Yeah, that shit. That's just crazy, bro. To think about that. That
refs are
refs
looking
used to
extra
be
Yeah.
formal back in the
come out
day.
really dressed up like blue bloods, bro. Like
In
it's
a
just
football
crazy.
game though, outside.
It's right. It's
I'm
right.
like,
It's a
bro, referee.
nerd.
It's
Oh
like
my
it's football.
god.
You need to be like you need to be dressed like the least, in the most athletic gear
But the
out on
funny
the
thing
football
about
field.
that, boxing still keeps with that tradition. Because if you see some boxing matches,
Yeah,
the ref
boxing.
will they'll have a blue button up with the bow tie,
Yeah.
looking nice and spiffy with the beautiful belt and the slacks. Like, so it's just interesting, like kind of looking at that and looking back, like just imagining on the football field, you see a dude just all dressed up, talking with the
That's all
bow.
he did back in the 50s, 60s. Like that's all he knew was like dress clothes back in the day.
Yeah,
I swear
actually,
them
no,
didn't
you're
wear no
right.
regular clothes,
You're
bro.
right.
I swear
Casual
niggas did
wasn't
not wear
really a
regular
thing.
clothes, bro,
That's
back in the
true.
day. All he knew was like dress clothes, bro. I
Like
swear, like
like
what
their
did you really
casual was our dressy.
Yeah, like I was just thinking
Yeah,
about
bro.
that because during the whole what you call it what is the whole what is bro, why is my brain like fuzzy today? But basically during like the 1950s and 60s, basically whenever you saw like Darien just said their casual was us dressing up. Dudes just come out in full suits, tux, button ups,
Every
black
day in the
every
morning.
day like it was a normal
Not even
thing.
going to work. Not even
Oh,
going to work,
not even
bro.
going to work, bro.
Like
Going to church, going out to eat, going out to meet with somebody, bro. They all spiffied up. It's just funny to think that that used to be the casual for them, and to us, that's really like, oh yeah, you trying to dress to impress. It's just very interesting how the standard has changed over the years. Very interesting. But on to the next one. Y'all want to talk about
Our
Brian?
black jersey look fire though.
Dude,
Is it the
We
black
got to
jersey?
talk about Brian Flores, bro.
yep.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
let's
Brian.
knock that out the
And
way.
Hugh Jackson, because Hugh Jackson didn't spill the beans, bro, too. Like, shoo. Like what he said about the Browns, I'm like, damn. Like he
Here's
literally
okay.
said he had a 4-year plan for him, like to fail like that, with documentation to prove it. On top of that, and when
Here-
RG3 spoke out about it early on NFL Sports Center, I'm just like, dang, you know what? I can bet RG3 feels some kind of way about it because he was directly affected with that shit with the Browns back in 2016, 2017, when he was trying to bounce back, and then you just hear about a whole list of veterans who are clearly like qualified like to be on that team, but the Browns decided to cut them while Hugh Jackson was there. It's almost like the NFL was just basically using some of these black head coaches as scapegoats to why the organization is failing. That's kind of
And that's
messed
the messed
up
up
when you
part.
think
but
about it.
here's
And
but
that's
here's
the messed up.
You know,
but here's
That's the
what
messed
I
up. Go
this
ahead,
is
Darren.
what I'm sorry, but this is what I got to say about that. And this is kind of how I feel about this whole Brian Flores thing. I'm so sick and tired of people acting like they shocked that this stuff is going on. Because this is stuff that we have been talking about for literally years. We have been saying that teams have been tanking, and we have been saying that it is a problem. We have been saying it just happened to David Culley just this past year. So when I look at stuff like this, I'm not surprised. And I'm gonna even go as far as to say I'm not disappointed. Because here's the thing: when someone says that they're disappointed, it means that I expect you to do this and act this way, and I really hope that you will. But then you go against all of that and you do the exact opposite. And I'm just like, damn, you really just gonna do me like that. I'm disappointed. You can't be disappointed if someone has shown you who they are time and time and time again. This is nothing new. We have known this to be going on. It's just now, and big ups to Brian Flores. Hats off to you, because he's literally putting his career on the line and he's calling this stuff out. There is like, it's not like we have never known for this to happen. And that's kind of the only thing about this that frustrates me. And you got people on Twitter saying, oh, this is so devastating. I can't believe that this is really going on. You can't, because and I can already tell you what the color of their skin is, because me being a black man, I see it. We know. Mark knows. Evan knows. Sanfa knows. We all know. We see it, because it don't just go on in the NFL. It's in the real world too. And it's kind of similar to the beginnings of the whole Washington thing, where, like Evan said, and Ryan Clark said it too, where this is only the beginning. There's more to come out. There's going to be more. There's going to be, like Mark just said, Hugh Jackson's going to come out, and they painted Hugh Jackson like he was a terrible head coach. Hugh
it's sad. They
Jackson
did
came
him
out.
dirty.
Marvin Lewis said that, hell, Marvin Lewis got interviewed for the Dallas job, and he said he went in there knowing that Dallas was going to go with Mike McCarthy. He knew it. And like I said, he knew. He even said that before he took a job with Cincinnati in 2003, he had got an interview with the Carolina Panthers, who had already said they were primed to hire John Fox. And when he was about to go in and interview, because this was right when the Rooney Rule was implemented, and the Panthers were saying, "Oh no, we haven't said anything about hiring John Fox." And then Marvin Lewis did his interview, and a couple days later, the Panthers hire John Fox. So it happened. So this has been going on for years. The Steelers tried to implement brought in the Rooney Rule And the Steelers are the only team with a black head coach right now. The only team that has had a black coach, and he's had some type of longevity with the,
And look how much he's had to do to maintain
yeah,
that, though. Always have to work two
and
times. As a
and
black man, always have to work two times as harder in this
and
country.
even
You have to only
and
have all winning seasons and one
and
Super Bowl
even
just to
and
keep it.
even
Imagine that
still,
struggle.
you got Pittsburgh fans wanting to kick him out. So trust and believe with some of the seasons that the Steelers have had where they went 500. If he was on any other team, he'd be gone. But the Steelers, and credit to them, they don't just up and fire head coaches. They've only had 3 coaches in their existence, and they're not going to look for a fourth anytime soon.
I mean, and my thing is, bro, first of all, I know, like, let me illustrate how bad this whole situation is for the NFL. And I'm going to use a contrast to the NBA right now, because I'm watching a game between the Washington Wizards and the Philadelphia 76ers. And you know what I see? There are more black coaches on that one court than there are in the entire NFL.
Preach.
That's the problem. That's how
We
bad
talked about
the
this
problem
earlier.
is. And you know why?
My bad to
And you
cut
know
you off,
why?
Evan. Chris Bosh brought that up.
Exactly. And you
He
know
literally
why?
said he's not gonna keep supporting a league that doesn't give black men an opportunity in the coaching field.
Right. And you know
100%.
why? Because the NFL is a boys' club. That's exactly, like, this is exactly what I've been saying this whole time, like, for months. Like, the whole reason Dan Snyder is still owner of the Washington now Commanders is because the league is a boys' club. Like, they do what they have to protect their own. And that's the whole reason why the NFL reacted at the way that they did to the Brian Flores lawsuit, because they're trying to protect their own asses. Because you
It's
notice,
hard to do that now.
you notice, for every white quarterback, there's always an excuse, and for every so for every white coach, there's an excuse. For every black coach, there's blame.
And
Like, for instance, you look at Urban Meyer, the last coach of Jacksonville. He had never coached in the NFL before, but he got the Jacksonville job over all the black candidates, over Marvin Lewis, over Jim Caldwell, because he coached so good at Ohio State. He was so good at Ohio State. But then you contrast that with, like, and that's why they felt like he was better than Marvin Lewis. And this is a man in Marvin Lewis who, by the way, still had a winning record during his time in Cincinnati. And if I'm correct,
He did. Made the
if I'm correct,
playoffs.
he holds the all-time record. He holds the record for most all-time wins by a Bengals coach. If I'm correct, he still holds that
he
record.
does.
He
And the
still holds
Bengals
that record.
He had
and those
success.
Bengals
He
teams were
did what
not
he could
bad.
do.
Exactly. And the whole
Right.
thing is, but the excuse with him is, oh, the teams weren't that good at the end. Oh, he couldn't win in the playoffs. Although, mind you, if Vontaze Burfict wouldn't have made that hit, we wouldn't be talking about how Marvin couldn't have won in the playoffs. But yet, that's where it is. He couldn't win in the playoffs. And it's just, you got to be twice as hard. You got to be twice as good to get half as far. And it's just ridiculous, because these leagues are. Oh, and there's another example. Eric Bieniemy. Let's talk about Eric Bieniemy. Like, because I really feel like nobody gives Eric Bieniemy a good interview, because, and I quote, this is probably their logic, everybody just assumes that he don't want to leave Kansas City. But without even asking him, mind you. Without even asking. So that's what Eric Bieniemy.
People just been saying that, yeah.
And honestly, my last point is, Jason Wright said it earlier today on the Today Show on national television. Like, getting diversity throughout the organization isn't hard. Like it's not hard, and it's really quick. Like, he said this on the Today Show.
Yep, he
Like,
sure
how
did.
like how Washington brought him in, and in just a couple seasons, boom, here's a Latino head coach, Ron Rivera. Boom, here's Jennifer King, not just a black person on the coaching staff, a black woman on the coaching staff. Boom, here's Julie Donaldson, a woman, like the head, pretty much the head of like the broadcast. Like here's Julie Donaldson, and there's a whole bunch more examples that I could name from Washington football team, and I think Jason dropped a few, but his point today, his main point was having all this diversity isn't hard. It's just nobody wants to do it because that would break up the boys club.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And you know, it kind of sucks. And I was saying this earlier, it kind of sucks how we just had like the timing of this. It's the only thing like I'm just really disappointed about in this is that the timing of it, because we just had one of the best, probably the best NFL postseason seasons we had like in a long time. And we got the Super Bowl coming up and everything, Pro Bowl coming up, and boom, look at us now. The NFL is in a whole fucking lawsuit, all 32 teams, and it's like, whoo, and the Super Bowl is right around the corner, the big stage. So, like I said, one thing after another, like we're seeing like a lot, you know, a big change. And we know, hey, what better time to do it though, at the start of Black History Month though?
And
Like at the start of
what?
Black History Month, what better time than to do it? Hey,
It's
what can
the
they say?
legal
So
curse.
something has to change. Now it's like basically like Brian Flores is like basically like putting like a, you know, sticking a fork in like, you know, the NFL, you know, owners' pockets. It's like, yeah, you got to do something now. You got him like back in the corner now. That's exactly what Brian Flores is doing. And he's
And
even said himself, look,
It's
he said if he never gets a head coaching job in NFL, a head coaching job in NFL again, he said he doesn't care as long as he know he made a change and moving forward. And for like for other people, you know, African American like coaches and like other people of color, then yeah, he's satisfied with that. And all I
and
got to say is that Colin Kaepernick, he was never lying, and I will leave it at that. Kaepernick, he was never wrong about anything.
to piggyback
Yep.
off of what you just said, I wanna I wanna I wanna talk about Goodell because people keep coming at Goodell. One thing that people need to understand is, and even with the NBA, although I think Adam Silver has a little bit more power in the NBA than Roger Goodell does in the NFL. I might be wrong about that. Correct me if I am. But it is noted that again, it's a boys' club. The league is run by the owners. You know, and the thing about it is, it's
What you
almost
want?
like
It
it's
is true.
like it's like the queen with with the parliament. It's probably a bad analogy, but I don't really care. Where or more so, I'll say the president with the Congress, where
True. Good example.
where the president can make a bill that is very progressive, and it can really make a positive change, but he can't do that if Congress blocks it. If Congress doesn't approve of said bill. I was listening to I think it was First Take, and Stephen A was talking about it, and I think Jason Wright might have brought it up in his interview on the Today Show, where you look at the NFL offices with Roger Goodell, the president of league operations is a black man, and Fred Vincent. He brought in Jay-Z to talk about diversity. He's brought in women. There have been women refs. You see women coaches. There are black executives, and the Vikings just hired a black GM. The Giants have just had a black GM. The Dolphins, even with what they was going through with Brian Flores, has a black GM. There are black people in the front office. The problem is the majority of your players in the NFL are black, African American. Yes, there are black D coordinators and position coaches, and you have black women as position coaches and and quality control and all this other stuff, personal trainers. But the main leader is the head coach. And there's only one of those that is a black man. Also, I want to look at the Giants. The Giants have never had a black coach. And there has to be some little racial undertones with the New York Giants because, yes, they had a black GM. They say, oh, well, we had a black GM. Shut up.
What makes it ironic is the
Mm.
team that's literally in the most cultural, versatile city in the country.
And they were also, they've never had a black head. They've never had a black head coach. And Geno Smith was the first black man to start at quarterback for the New York Football Giants.
And I think they were going to interview Brian Flores, but you know what happened? Brian Flores said prior to that, I think Brian, Goodall, I forgot his name, Brian Goodall. I don't know his name.
Bill
The Giants new head coach name.
Bill Belichick texted Brian Flores and basically congratulating him, thinking that he was Brian Dable, who's now the head coach of the New York Giants.
Head coach, yeah, it's like, bro, that's messed up. I was like, yikes. It was like, yep, definitely some racial undertone with that. I was like, damn, bro, something has to change. And it's like all these beans are spilling out, and like, it's like the NFL is really in the corner now, and these, where it's just like, are some changes really going to happen moving forward? And now we have the draft coming up too, and it's going to be some issues, like some weird tension in the locker room, probably amongst players, like knowing some of this is going on, and probably with current players knowing how like they probably got some of their opportunities got messed up when they're trying to get the careers back together, and they're in like weird position because it was maybe some racial, undertones and bias going on within organizations, and they were in a bad situation. So it's going to be a lot moving forward with the NFL and seeing how certain players react to this too. It's just going to be more and more to come out, and you never know. Probably some current, like maybe some NFL players may speak about some of the issues going on, like maybe have some testimony. So we just have to wait and see, because like this news and the beans, it's like people aren't afraid to whistleblow now. It's like now people are like just giving the green light. Once one person whistleblows, that just like takes the takes the shot for the team. So everyone else starts speaking out now. It's like, yeah, man. It's like something has to give.
The
It's a
thing,
lot.
the thing is it's like with and I'm gonna use the NBA again, where you need your big guns to speak. Players have spoken out. Players, like I said, this is nothing new. That's why I kind of have an issue with people that acting like they're very surprised that this is really going on, because it's like it's very tone deaf. But the thing that I want, just to piggyback off of what you said about players speaking out, players are speaking out, but it's the black players. It's kind of like with this last social justice movement, where things really didn't start to change until the white people started getting pissed off. When the white folks started getting pissed off, then that's when all these businesses and corporations and the lawmakers, they all kind of said, ooh, hold on, hey, maybe we got to look at this. So what I'm saying is, and I'm regurgitating something that I think it was Keyshawn said it. We need the guys like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, who's another great white in the NFL, Josh Allen, Cooper Kupp, Matt Stafford, Joe Burrow, JJ Watt, JJ and TJ Watt. We need those guys to speak up. Those are the ones that need to say, no, we're not gonna do this. And
I
just
can see JJ Watt speaking up, like one of them.
And just one more point one more little thing about this that I want to bring up. The Dolphins might have to sell the team, because
hot take.
If it came out that, because I remember, I think I was the only one on this podcast, maybe the only one in the world, that when Brian Flores got fired, I was not shocked because I knew that there was something going on. I thought it just had to do with how he was handling Tua, but it was much more than that. And I was talking to somebody and I was saying, when you're at odds with the GM and it's the coach versus the GM, maybe the coach can get away with it. Maybe the coach can win that battle if the owner is on the coach's side. But the owner was on the GM side because they were trying to tank. They wanted to lose. They didn't like the fact, they were in love with the fact that the Dolphins went 1-8 and then went 8-1. So it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's like I lost my train of thought, but it was kind of a lose-lose situation for Brian Flores because we all know how this is.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's like the culture. Yeah, it's like the situation the mess the Dolphins were in. Yeah,
there was
and like how we talked about how they get put in those positions, and yeah, now he's claiming, the Dolphins are offering like $100,000, but basically the tank.
100K to lose games, bro.
Yeah, ridiculous, bro. Like,
and I kind of
wow.
And I'm sick of the people that's on social media saying, "Oh, if you ask me for 100K to lose games, oh man, I would line up and I would be kneeling on every fucking play." I'm like, yeah, because you broke as hell.
Keyshawn Johnson was pissed when he heard about that. Keyshawn Johnson was like,
"There's different levels."
Keyshawn Johnson, he said, look, he said, no matter how bad, he said back in the day when he was a rookie, Keyshawn Johnson earlier, he said he knew his team was like, they weren't that good as a rookie. He's going to what he had to develop, but he said he would never like settle. They'll always play their asses off. Like, and didn't actually say that, but play their butts off to win. They'll never settle to lose. He said that's like disgrace to the game, to the competition, integrity of the game. He said they're never like lose on purpose. Like, yeah, now agree. Like, that just sounds ridiculous. Like 100K, that's just like disrespectful to the coach. You're basically like insulting your coach's ability, of the game and like his ability to win. That's like an insult to you, bro. It was like, yeah, just take this money going along, bro. Like, bro, it's ridiculous. Almost just like paying, the black dude to go away. I'm like,
imagine,
but people are not seeing this, how all it works in all of these like businesses, sports too, man. It's crazy.
Imagine since you were in freaking elementary, middle school, you're busting your tail, putting your health, your life on the line to go play this violent sport to get to the highest level of that sport, which is the NFL. And you get drafted number 1 and you go to a team that's like, yeah, we got you number 1. But don't expect us to win, don't we trying to lose. Nah, fam. I don't like that. Like you said, it's a disgrace. It's very disrespectful. It's kind of a slap in the face to all the people that have worked hard to get there. And it goes back to what Draymond Green was saying, and he was talking about the NBA, and he was talking about how you can tell which players are really here because they love the game and which players are only here because what they can get outside of basketball. It's the same with the NFL. And it's and to be honest, in my opinion, especially in the NFL's case, all right, cool. You want to, I mean, it's okay if you're there because you just so happen to be good at this thing that can make you millions upon millions of dollars. But at the end of the day, the majority of us are here to win. So if you're not trying to win, you got to go. Brian Flores is like, I did not come up to just do good enough just to get by. I didn't take a head coaching job just to say that I was just a head coach. And I take my money and run. No. That's what they did to David Culley. Although that's not what David Culley wanted, but that's what they did to Culley. But it's just ridiculous. And if all this stuff about the Miami Dolphins, if that is true, they're gonna have to sell that team. They're gonna have to sell the team. Cause I don't know what you can do. Like, I don't like you gotta
It's
put your
hard to
foot
bounce
down
back
on
from
that.
this. Yeah, we seen
Gotta
the
put your
NFL deal
foot
with other
down.
stuff, but this
And
in
then you
particular, yeah,
and then
this is
you
big.
and then you also got to look at teams like the Browns, the Lions, Washington. You got to look at all of them. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about it.
It's just
Yeah,
like
which is like that's all we really can say about it until we
right.
see moving forward for real. Yeah, until more more beans come out because the beans are spilling.
It's just like how um we always say, bro. Sometimes the optics are more important than what's really, really going on in that situation. So when you make a move that makes you look horrible, makes you look bad, like I said, 100 mil to lose. Number one, we're in the NF fucking L, the highest point of football. It's competitive. It's cutthroat. You're not gonna. I don't care, bro. Like Darien said, me as a person, like I said, I'm not the richest in the world. Hell no. I'm still trying to make myself great. I'm not taking money to lose. No, I'm not. Like it's just I don't care how much you pay me. If I'm a coach at the highest point of my sport, I bust my ass to get to that. You're gonna pay me, yeah, you give me a nice hefty contract because we all know NFL fucking contracts are not fully guaranteed. There's always terms and conditions to be met, all types of other hurdles you might have to hop through. And yeah, that's a good money, 100 mil. That's pretty good money for a coach. But to pay me to lose, to be mediocre, no,
100,000, but yeah,
no, 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 bro. I'm sorry. I
And
don't
and it's
care.
like
Nah.
and it's like I stepped away for a minute. I don't know if Darian already said this, but it just proves that Brian Flores was never the guy the Dolphins wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Jackson was never the guy the Browns wanted. What
yep.
like what they did, the Dolphins knew they had a bad team and they wanted somebody to blame for that team. So they did what a lot of NFL teams do in that case. They hire a black guy to be the fall guy,
I,
like
I was
not
about
to
to
lead
say,
the
how
team,
But
long
can
has this
I?
been going
But can I?
on?
but
I was
but
about to
to be
say,
the
how
fall
long has
guy.
that been
They did.
going on?
The
Yeah.
Cardinals did the same thing with Steve Wilkes for one season.
Yes, but can I? But
Go
I
ahead.
want to
Go
say
ahead.
I want to say one thing, and I keep jumping over to basketball, but that's why the Lakers hired Frank Vogel. The only
Oh
thing
my
is
god.
Frank Vogel fucked around and won a championship. The Lakers wanted Ty Lue. They couldn't get Ty Lue. Jason Kidd wasn't ready yet, so they hired Frank Vogel, put Jason Kidd on his coaching staff. They were going to groom him up to be the Lakers coach, but then Jason Kidd took on the Dallas job, and then in that process, the Lakers messed around and won a championship. So like, oh, we can't fire him now.
Yeah, if they fire Van Vogel, they're
Ty
literally gonna
Lue would
look
have been a
like the
better
bad
hire
guy.
because Ty Lue can coach. Ty Lue
Yeah,
would have
but the
probably had a better
Lakers
record than
lowballed him.
him.
But
Yep.
but we're
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we're,
The
but we're
Lakers,
not
the
talking about
Lakers on the
basketball.
Lakers
We're
only
not
want to
talking
give
about
him he
basketball.
wanted a 5 year deal. They gave him a 3 year deal. He was like, nah, bro, I'm not about to bullshit.
He knew his worth, and like,
He
this
knew
good
his
black
worth.
man knows his worth. Hey,
Hey, and that's why, like I said, before we go back to football, I'm just gonna say Tyler was smart because he took the assistant gig in the Clippers. That was a smart move for him because once he got the opportunity to show how good of a coach he really is, and it's not because of LeBron, he got his fair due. So I'm just gonna say that was a very smart move by him to do that. He swallowed his pride. I think that was like 1 or 2 seasons. He was the assistant coach, and he got promoted to the head coach because they got rid of Doc Rivers. Yeah. So it was 1 year. Yeah, 1 year he was an assistant, swallow his pride, boom, bam, bam, and then being the head. And now he's doing this thing. He's one of the best coaches in the league right now. He got the Clippers
has a ring
actually
to prove it
playing.
too.
good
Salute, man. Yep.
good basketball. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's all I
man.
want to say
So
about that.
like I like the LeBron. Yeah, I like Yep. But that's like good example of how it does goes to show it kind of ties into the NBA though, because it's really like throughout sports, but NFL, the one of the big big sports leagues and what's gonna call it in America, like the biggest one. Yeah, this is like really a bad branding, like taint on their image right now. And it's Super Bowl's right around the corner. This is all interesting. We're going to see how this goes moving forward because the Super Bowl is right around this, and this is still going to be talked about like during the Super Bowl. Like so, huh? Let's have to see how social media reacts. But that's all I got to say on that until more news comes out because we don't like. It's still a lot we have to learn with this, and we don't know what's going to happen moving forward with Brian Flores and what's gonna call it with the Hugh Jackson with the Cleveland Browns too. Yeah, because it might be
Also,
like some settlements that happen.
also
You never know.
spare me with this. I'm boycotting the NFL BS because we
I'm
all
not. I'm
yeah.
not though.
I was about to say
I'm not.
we all know you're not going to do that. We all know you probably not
Wear my
going to watch
Eagle shit right
NFL.
now.
You probably gonna say you're gonna boycott the NFL and not watch the Pro Bowl, and then you're gonna be at a Super Bowl party. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
It's like technically it's not my TV. I'm not a part of the viewers. Like, shut the fuck
Spare,
up.
spare me. Spare
Exactly.
This
me.
man like one of the legit go-to excuse, bro.
Hey, that's a
Bro, that
Please,
be killing me, bro.
just,
Oh,
just spare me to be.
it's not my house. It's not
oh,
my
that's Twitter,
TV.
bro.
I just came for the food.
Bro, that's what motherfuckers on Twitter be saying. Like, bro, just enjoy, just have fun. Like, stop trying to be so hard to be different. Like, you should be this fucking revolutionist or not. You're doing it all the wrong ways. Just stop. No one's
Bro,
like, yeah,
and
the
I
boycott the NFL. Yeah, don't start that, please don't. Yeah, the
and I
whole
have a
boycott NFL.
and I have a Black History take, but I'll just wait till the end of the show to say that. I have a Black History hot take. It's not really a hot take, but I'm gonna wait till the end of the
Yeah,
show.
yeah, save the best for last. Yep.
All right,
Yeah,
good. Like I
man, what
said,
a segment, man.
we brought up the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. Super Bowl predictions. If I'm not mistaken, it's the Rams versus the Bengals. I hope I'm
Yep.
right.
Bengals
Yes,
I'm right,
sir.
right? I'm
Since
okay
Bro, the
because
fact
I
that we're saying the Cincinnati
since the
Bengals are in the Super
right.
Bowl, it still
I'm
feels
just
weird
making
saying
sure
that.
because I'm not gonna hold
Like,
you. I've been kind of trying to juggle everything. Like I said, it's
man,
been a
no,
I have a
crazy.
hard
bro.
time
In your
processing
case,
it.
I get it.
Hey,
It's
I
been a
get
all
it.
crazy.
NFL fans,
It's been a
man. Oh
crazy week.
yeah. Oh, I understand though, bro. Hope everything's good though. I'm happy
Yeah,
he
yeah,
was
yeah,
able to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it.
Everything's
Cause yeah,
straightened
I'm
out,
happy to
bro.
see you. So I was
Everything's
like,
straightened out.
dang, man. Yeah, that's good, man. Yep.
Yeah, everything's
It's crazy times out here. Life just be hitting
Man, I'm
fast. Boom,
telling
boom,
you,
boom.
bro.
Yeah.
Life is before we go to that super. Life really like when you go through certain experiences, it really like shows you the value of life and how you should approach it at a certain point and appreciate every moment and appreciate everybody that's around you. That's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna save that for another episode. But yeah, we got the Super Bowl predictions: Rams versus the Bengals. I'm not gonna hold you. I've been a casual when it comes to football because it's literally every single Sunday. It's like I have to deal with something. So it's like literally I'm gonna let y'all go off that, but I have been keeping up with both the Rams and the Bengals, and I'm kind of trying to debate which team do I really want to support because I kind of have favorites on both sides, honestly. So I'm gonna
Support
let
the
y'all go
Rams because you're a Ravens fan, bro. Don't do that.
with that.
Don't do it.
Bro,
Don't
Ravens fans,
do
know
it.
what Ravens fans been saying? They've been saying like, bro, they hate the Bengals, but they like Joe Burrow. It's tough for Ravens fans. They literally that's what a
Well,
lot of Ravens fans been saying. They say they like Joe Burrow, but it's
Well,
the
the thing with
Bengals.
me,
They
I'm
can't.
different because
Yeah,
I
bro.
was
It's like,
fucking with
dang.
Joe Burrow since he got drafted. I was one of the few people saying he literally has all the tools to be an amazing quarterback. He just needs to be on a different team. Literally, I was
but
saying it for a long time, and now you were all kind of seeing that come to fruition.
the
Joe
thing
Burrow
about
exceeded
that
expectations.
is like I said, I think I said a couple pods ago. I don't hate players. I hate teams.
Mhm.
I like Terry McLaurin. I like John Allen. I like Chase Young. I liked London Fletcher and Clinton Portis and Santana Moss and Sean Taylor. I liked them. I just hated that damn team in Washington. With the
The
with the
Commanders. You gotta call them
with
that now.
with the I ain't the
We are the commanders.
salamanders. The salamanders. We're calling them the salamanders, Mark.
Yeah, yup, I'm
Let's
for it.
go.
Hey, bro, we seen
No,
it. The
you will
salamanders.
refer to
Sensei, hey,
us
shout out
as the
Sensei.
Washington
He's with
City
it.
Boys
City boys.
because we
Hey,
win.
bro.
Wait. Don't get me started with the PG porch monkeys.
We are
Hey,
we are the Washington City Boys.
The Washington niggers.
The DB Bowls.
DMV modes. Hey,
Anyways, I'm not going there. But yo, I used to have a Donovan McNabb Eagles jersey, and I used to wear it. And people would say, "You're a Cowboys fan. Why are you wearing?" I like Donovan McNabb. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm wearing a Nuggets jersey because it's Carmelo Anthony.
my
It's funny
Club
how
Porter
I'm wearing the Lakers
still in my
jersey.
room.
I'm wearing the Lakers jersey because Melo's one of my personal favorite. Mark, you already know. I love me some Melo.
But
growing up, bro, I love that man.
But here's the thing, and why I just laugh at the Steelers and Ravens fans, because I don't care about the Browns. The Browns are what they are. But the Steelers and Ravens fans that I see on my timeline, they're so conflicted. It is hilarious. Bruh, if you like Joe Burrow, it's like I personally think like when the Eagles went to the Super
Can't hate
Bowl
him.
versus the Patriots, I would have been happy for the Eagles because they finally won a Super Bowl, and my mans would have been happy.
Got the,
And
only wearing the
the only thing is the Eagles going to win the Super Bowl. I'm gonna hear this crap for the next couple years, and then
gotta see it too. See
and
it
then
clean.
if the Patriots win, well, I'm a Brady fan. Brady gets another ring, and the flip side to it is now I gotta hear these mass holes again. So, but for you, Sanfa, root for the Rams. Don't fall.
For OBJ.
Don't fall.
Yeah,
don't,
OBJ, that's my
I
guy.
mean,
That's probably why I
the
might
whole
even
thing
root for the
is
Rams. OBJ,
like,
they got a squad over there that I fuck with over there, man.
and my whole thing, my allegiance here is, bro, as fun of a team as the Bengals are to watch, I don't know if I could support that organization knowing that there's all this stuff going on with Brian Flores and the coaching situation, and knowing that even though he hasn't spoke up yet, keyword being yet, that the Bengals definitely did Marvin Lewis this way. So I can't really support an organization like that. So I'm gonna have to root for the Rams, man.
That's on my piggyback. And that's why it's like, bro, that's why it's like I'm frustrated. All this, like, that's why the news is coming out right around the corner of the Super Bowl. After we had one of the best postseasons, in a while. It's like everyone's just been happy with the NFL. I even said myself, I'm like, yo, I fucking love the NFL. A few days later, boom, taking a couple steps back. I'm like, really, bro? So I'm over here praising the NFL, like, bro, this is like one of my favorite sports to watch. And dang, bro, all this news comes out. But hey, I'm still rooting for the Bengals though, because Joe Burrow, man, people were saying that, oh, his hands are too small. Can he play quarterback? Like, people were really like making them comments. I think at this point those were troll comments. And look at him down 2 years into his NFL career, already like playing for the Lombardi Trophy. So, and this Bengals squad, we've seen time after time, they have come in. It's not like you don't look even like in the upcoming young squad that's been lucky. No, they've been looking like an elite veteran seasoned team. They've coming out like winning and beating teams, putting up numbers on teams. And Joe Burrow has been like just connecting with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, even a tight end, Uzama. Like, bro, they are like a whole package right now. So I just don't see right now. I think they're a more complete team, and I have them winning too. And I'm happy to see Joe Burrow actually win a ring this young in his career. But it kind of is it would be kind of cool to see Matthew Stafford to actually get a ring to his resume, because I think Matthew Stafford is definitely one of the best quarterbacks we've seen of all time. He should be up there he should be talked about as one of, I say, maybe top, definitely top 25 quarterbacks, the best quarterbacks we've seen in the NFL. But I'm not, honestly, I want to be mad with either result, but I'm definitely rooting for the Bengals team, that young Bengals team, because it's been a story of the NFL for sure. And like I said, we've seen a sleeper team that we said, watch out for them. And look, they're going all the way. Kind of happy I made that prediction too. When me and Darien made that prediction, I was like, hey, watch out for them. And look now, I got the Bengals winner in the Super Bowl.
I'm going to be safe, just like how I was with the Chiefs. I'm going to pick the Rams. However, I I'm very
You want them?
conflicted
You want
about
the
this.
Bengals to win though?
Yeah, I
Like
want the
probably.
Bengals to win, but
Hmm.
for real, I feel like I can just watch this Super Bowl and just really enjoy it because I have no agenda.
I don't hate
I have
either team,
none.
honestly. I
Mhm.
literally
Because
don't hate either team, bro.
if if the Rams win, Odell Beckham gets a Super Bowl, Aaron Donald
OBJ.
gets a Super Bowl, Matt Stafford gets a Super Bowl, Jalen Ramsey. And then if the Bengals win,
And
not only
Twitter
the
would, and one more point about the Rams, Twitter will be funny as hell watching Eli Apple get burned.
that
Bro.
That would be
Apple
the
talks a lot, bro.
funniest. That would be the best part of all of it.
Eli Apple funny
and
as
I'm
shit,
all
bro.
for Baker Mayfield slander.
Oh my god.
For Baker Mayfield, he already been getting slander. You know, this man was his criminal, bro. Baker was never that guy. Simple as that. Let's not talk about Baker though, man. That dude,
I
he
just
was
want
just
him to
never that
get
guy.
healthy. I really just want him to get healthy if anything.
Man. OBJ, man, like in the Super Bowl, like, you know, all the controversies he had, never lost a step. And look at him now, like, just needed to get targeted, just needed to be in the right system. Never lost that step. And Cooper Cup, though, but I give Cooper Cup or like most of the credit for that Rams offense. Cooper Cup is just different. It's like the way he just gets open. It's like literally like this man just moves like the Madden analog stick, just like shifts his way. Like I remember Smiles at the controller sensitivity, bro. He's just always just wide open, like probably like 5 steps away from a defender every time. I'm like, bro, how? And you know Matthew Stafford, that's his favorite target. Like he's probably targeting over 10 times a game at least. It's like he just finds a way to always get open. It's amazing. Cooper Cup is different. Definitely gonna be a factor in that Super Bowl. But then you have Jamar Chase. It's like bro, we're literally seeing like two like heavyweights going at it, two heavyweight offenses going at it in the Super Bowl. Yeah, each like offense and like defense like has like good weapons. And then when like the Rams defense, you have Aaron Donald. So Joe Burrow got to watch out for that too. So that he could play a big factor. It's just like explosion points from like like each team, bro. It's going to be a good Super Bowl, and you just never know. It's gonna come down. I think it's going to be like one of those Super Bowls that go down to the wire. I could see it being a very close Super Bowl for sure.
Joe Burrow and Cooper Cup are in competition for White Boy of the Year.
I saw a tweet like that. Someone said 2023 Mac Jones is going to be White Boy of the Year for 2023. I was like, you know what? Hey, I can see that probably. He has a chance of having that. I feel as though Mac Jones is going to be like ball out next season or like 2 seasons from now. You might see him like up there and maybe in the MVP conversation because Belichick, he knows how to develop quarterbacks for sure. Like Mac Jones, he's like one of those QBs where it's like wasn't even looking like a rookie last season. And look at the season he had.
Yeah, for real.
So, but yeah, like you said, this Super Bowl, I'm actually going to be able to legit, enjoy it. No agenda behind it. Probably not seeing Brady in the Super Bowl like no more. It's going to be weird seeing like not seeing Tom Brady like playing anymore. But yeah,
Yeah,
man, it's like. And
I got,
I don't know. We talked about that, but he made it official. Tom Brady, as y'all know,
I
of
got,
course, Tom Brady made it official. Like,
I got
yeah,
gripes with
like
that, man.
yeah, it's like long time coming though. But Brady, I feel as though he knew when to call it quits. I guess Brady like he has no more to prove though. It's like he ended it right. Like he went to the Bucks 2 seasons with the Bucks. It's like got a ring out of it. Hey, how better can you really end your career like that? Like
Brady
so
really should have ended his career like after that Super Bowl with the Falcons. Like that Super Bowl against the Falcons. I think it would have been all right. But I have a gripe. I got a gripe about a lot of shit that's been going on. All right. I just been watching and I kind of just been I kind of just have my takes. But you really can't have no takes that go against what everyone thinks, or else you're gonna get
Twitter
clowned.
2020. That's Twitter
Yeah,
basically.
I don't really. I mean, I want all the smoke. I don't. I'm not. I just don't have time for it. I don't have time, is what I'm saying.
We don't
But
got time for that.
exactly, I don't have time for it. But um, what am I about to say? A lot of people have been hating hard on Brady, like even after he retired. And I'm like, bro, it's over. I understand, like, especially if you're an AFC fan, like you have been tormented and heartbroken by Tom Brady for basically your whole life.
I would be happy as an AFC fan.
Yeah, so I can understand you're happy about that. You're like, oh, good riddance. You know, but for real, for me, I'm just like, yo, regardless of like he's great. He's great in his own right. And it almost makes me wonder like how people are going to act when LeBron retires. Because
the
if
toxicity.
Brady is getting this much hate, because when it first came out that Brady retired, there were so many people hating on Tom Brady. It seemed like there was more people hating on him than they were giving him his flowers.
And what is it a hate though? Like that's nothing to really. I like Tom Brady in Tampa Bay.
They hate him because of his one, because he's been to the Super Bowl so many times, and you're starting to see it with Patrick Mahomes, where he's starting to get there so many times that it's like, okay, bro, we're tired of seeing you. Now we want you to lose.
Pat Mahomes is fun though, yeah.
But
hey,
and I got something with the Pat Mahomes thing too, but with Brady, it's just like, yo, he's that great. He won 8 rings, and it's not to say that he didn't have help, but what quarterback has gone out and won a Super Bowl by himself, like single-handedly gone out there for 4 quarters and willed his team to a Super Bowl win? Who at least in the last few years, who has really done that? You can't really name any, because football's not that type of sport.
Name any, yeah, not really.
And you really can't even do it in basketball. But it's just give Brady his props. Like, I think niggas just want to be haters for likes and retweets, and I don't like that. And then just to hit on Patrick Mahomes, leave his fucking wife alone. I understand
people was coming for his wife.
Annoying,
oh no,
but leave his wife alone. I really think people just don't like her because she's skinny white girl dating a black, married to a black football player, and when he be winning, she's loud and she be talking shit.
I know what comedy's talking about. So y'all talking about something. Oh yeah, Pat Mahomes is gonna start. He's gonna get his bag up and leave her for someone else. I'm like, bro, y'all ignorant. This man is married, bro. Y'all grow up, bro.
They want him to pull a Russell Wilson, but it's like, yo,
married a couple alone, bro. Like that's weird. You just like
it's like I understand. Like I've been to the AAU games where you got the moms that's just loud and obnoxious, and you sitting there playing, and you guarding her son, and she like, yeah, get his ass. And I'm like, yo, you don't, all right, bet. I'm about to lock his son up and then give him a bucket just so he can shut the fuck up. Like,
it's always in the game though.
Like,
yeah,
I've been there before.
Right.
But at the same time, it's like, yo, I would want my mother doing the same thing.
It's all support at the end of the day. That's just showing good parenting right there. That's what I see. Good parenting.
At the end of the day, it's like you, me, Mark, Sanfa, we'd all be doing the same for our kids too.
Right. Like, I would want to, support you. That's good for the kid. I would like to see that because there's too many kids out here who don't have any relationship with their parents or tainted relationships. So, hey, seeing that in sports, that makes me kind of, hey, at the end of the day, hey, at least you have see a supportive mom and a kid, growing up with a supportive parent. Hey.
Man,
his wife supports him, and his wife supports him too. So why people mad at Pat Mahomes' wife supporting him? Go to show she's not doing no, actually not being just a gold digging wife. At least it goes to show like she's genuinely has care for him. So yeah, people are weird, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna go back to Tom Brady for a minute because I'm a Commanders fan. Darien, you a Cowboys fan. Mark, you an Eagles fan, bruh. Can you imagine how bad it would have sucked if Tom Brady was in our conference for most of his career?
Oh Lord, don't even get me started.
Miserable.
Lord.
The Dallas Cowboys have never beaten Tom Brady.
My team only beat him twice, dog. We beat him 2 times. One time was in 2003. The other time was 2021.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the Eagles beat Tom Brady in 2015. That one year, We beat them in 2015. They almost beat us that game. So I remember I was watching the game with my dad. Yeah, we beat them in 2015. Yeah, and that's like the last time I remember us beating them before we beat them again in the Super Bowl. But yeah, that's like the only couple times I remember the Eagles beating Tom Brady. Yeah, we beat them in 2015, then the Super Bowl. But that's crazy. If he was in the NFC, we would be some pissed off, bro. Our division itself already goes to enough. That just would have been insult to injury, bro. If Tom Brady was in our conference, we have to probably play him like more, probably like each like once a year, bro.
Oh, unless
That
you're a
would have been
Giants
wild.
fan.
That would have been
Like shit.
Now, even the Giants couldn't beat him in the regular season.
Yeah, Giants. Brady will probably be dusting them in the regular season. Yeah, they'll probably be dusting them.
But I just thought about something. Remember, I think his name was Quentin Grimes, and his wife, like she was like very outspoken. Like I don't know, like you might remember her Evan. You remember Miko Grimes? Like she would always be like talking shit about the team, like if something happened.
Those last names sound familiar. This ringing a bell. He's like this ringing a bell though. Yeah, Grimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it was
I
like,
think I know.
but it was like whenever something would happen with like her husband, or like if he had a contract if he had a contract dispute, or something happened on other field, she quick to say, like she had a big mouth, and it got to a point to where I think it will, like at times it will be talked about like on ESPN and NFL Network, and it got to a point to where I think he literally had to tell her, "Yo, you have to stop doing this," like kind of like a LeVar Ball thing, where it's like, "Yo, you got to chill," like because this is starting to
Be like overkill at this point. Yeah.
starting to fuck with my
Mhm.
money, my playing time. I got people literally like picking on me now. I'm gonna need you to cool it. I'm gonna need you to cool it. Oh shit, that's the wrong jump. That is the wrong jump. Hold on. Hey, so who you got for so what NFL award predictions you got?
NFL war
All right.
predictions.
My prediction at this
I'll let
point,
Evan go.
MVP gonna be Tom Brady. MVP is gonna be Tom Brady because if nothing else, they're gonna have the whole like he rides off into the sunset on top. That whole storyline. That's gonna be MVP. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jamar Chase. That's Jamar Chase. Like Defensive Rookie of the Year, I said it earlier. As much as I hate the Cowboys, that doesn't stop me from recognizing talent. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Michael Parsons. Again, hands down. And then Comeback Player of the Year, that's another Cowboy, Dak Prescott. Like,
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
I say comeback player of the year, Joe Burrow. Because
Yeah,
the fucking Super Bowl.
I was
Joe
gonna go
Burrow's in a
Joe.
fucking Super Bowl. Hey, I got Joe Burrow because and that's makes him more impressive. Joe Burrow didn't even play his whole
the whole
rookie
kill
season.
is the whole
It's like
Player of the Year is it caps in the regular season, bro. It caps in the regular season. That's why I gave the nod to Dak.
Okay, I give you that. I give you that.
Oh yeah,
take
true. You're right. Because the Bengals just got in the playoffs, kind of, sort of. Yeah, they kind of snuck in a little bit. It makes sense. Yeah.
Now they ain't sneaking, but it's like with Dallas, you knew they was at least going to the playoffs the whole time. With Cincinnati, it was more of a question until about week 14.
How Baltimore was doing. Basically, like what Baltimore could, like, get over their hump, but he never did. Yeah, that's what it was with the Bengals. Yep. I say for
because
my
they really
award
got on the
prediction,
heater.
yeah. Yeah, they did. Yeah, late in the season. They just turned up out of nowhere, yeah. But for my predictions, offensive rookie of the year, Jamar Chase. Offensive player of the year, I give it to Jonathan Taylor. MVP of the season, Tom Brady. Yeah, MVP Tom Brady. The year, it literally is like a difference, like when that field, what's it call it? defensive rookie of the year. The rookie of the year. Forgot. Damn, I'm gonna get that the what's his name? Uh shit. I'm kind of stuck on that. Come back to me on defensive rookie of the year though.
Micah
But
Parsons.
yeah, yeah. Oh no. No, I mean, yeah. Well, yeah. Well, matter of fact, he might as well be both actually. Yeah, defensive rookie and rookie of the year. Honestly, he can get both awards. That's how good he was, bro. Honestly, you can give him both. Honestly, I can give him both awards for real because like
You can make a
as
case for it.
linebacker, yeah, for bro, regular season. Because look at his numbers, bro. It's like that's the thing is, it's like yeah, you got to realize he's doing all this as a rookie. I don't know. Yeah, I give both awards to him. It's kind of hard to give like another defensive award to somebody like another defender like based off numbers though. But yeah, that's what I got for
Yeah,
my
I would
awards.
go my MVP is going to be Aaron Rodgers. I'm going Aaron Rodgers.
I'm
My
gonna say him because he didn't go far in the playoffs. That's why I
my
didn't pick A-Rod.
my offensive player of the year is Jonathan Taylor. I would have put him at MVP if the Colts had just made the playoffs. But
Yeah, fair enough.
but but my offensive player of the year is John Taylor. Um Offensive rookie of the year is Jamar Chase. Defensive rookie of the year is Micah Parsons. Defensive player of the year is going to be TJ Watt. TJ
Well,
T,
really,
TJ Watt literally was a half a sack from breaking the sack record, from breaking
I forgot
striking
about
the sack
that.
record. I'm giving it to TJ Watt. Comeback player of the year, Dak Prescott. And coach of the year, I say coach of the year.
I forgot all about the coach of the year. I had a brain freeze. I really had a brain freeze naming this. But yeah, I forgot all about coach of the
Coach
year.
of the year, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel. There we go.
Based off regular season, that's fair. That's fair to say.
Yeah. If we
In the
talking regular
playoffs,
season
though,
and
yeah, regular
postseason,
season, Mike
then
Weaver. Because honestly, look what he did with that bang, and then they were pretty banged up too. And look what he did, yeah, and he still got the number one seed.
yeah. But if we
That's
talk
fair.
regular season and postseason, I'm gonna go Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor, yeah, for sure. Yeah, Zach Taylor. I want to say Zach Taylor. There was like, yeah, both. Yeah, I say he should be coach of the year if it was like based off, postseason success and all that. But Zach Taylor, I can still see him as coach of the year. I want to be mad if he got it too for coach of the year because that's impressive what he did with that young Bengals squad. Like regardless, and
Yeah.
really and I know Baltimore fans. I know why Baltimore fans are so sick though. Like speaking on them, like when you talk about the Bengals, who to cheer for, because really this was like supposed to be Baltimore's year, but this injuries even coming into the season, they had everything lined up for them, literally, bro. So I can see why the Baltimore fans are like kind of like pissed off right now because like where the Bengals are right now, we're supposed to be seeing like people expected to see Lamar Jackson, who was just MVP, who was just MVP not long ago, like
2 years ago.
at this position now, yeah, 2 years ago at the position now, like, and really, I expected to see Lamar Jackson. I thought it would be the Ravens, like, as Super Bowl favorites, but yeah, it's bittersweet for them. But I just want to see the Ravens get healthy, because really, like, they're like really my second NFL team I root for the AFC, because I never like disliked the Ravens. Like there's always been a team I always just cheer for, even growing up. Like really, like my grandmother, well, really, she was a big Ravens fan. Like rest in peace to her soul, though. But it's probably why I'm just always like rooting for them growing up, and I never like had an issue with them. So I mean, hey, don't worry, Raven Baltimore fans, though. Y'all, Lamar Jackson, he's gonna bounce back, and y'all running backs get healthy. Hey, it's gonna be some competition in that AFC North. And come and think of it, the AFC North is gonna be like a bloodbath next season. It really is, man. It's gonna be a bloodbath, bro. Shit, because the Ravens gonna looking for like some redemption. Bengals are just hot right now. Shoot, that division's gonna be interesting. Steelers, I mean, they're gonna be looking for a QB though, but honestly, they can look at like a QB like in a market that's probably already like winning. But hey, I don't think they're gonna be looking like for like a low like like young QB. I think they're like trying to get a QB now, like to continue winning. And Mike Tomlin, he ain't going to settle for a losing season, so it's going to be interesting in the AFC North for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like that's enough of the NFL. We've been talking about the NFL for what, like almost an
Minute,
hour.
yeah, because so much though that happened though, bro. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, it's crazy though.
it's
The
crazy.
NFL been on is a hot take, man. But yeah, we needed that. Finally got it. Happy we got it off. But why want to switch over to the NBA?
Yeah, for
NBA
sure,
talk a
man.
little bit.
Listen, All
What's
Star Weekend's coming up.
coming up?
Trade
Yep.
deadline is next week. I'm pretty sure it's the end of next week. So it's a lot of things. Let's talk trades, man. This is a trade season in the NBA. Where people are thinking about getting moved,
Oh, Benny
packages are
boy,
getting
what you
built.
gonna do?
So the recent news that we've heard, Philly wants to do. They're interested in a Bradley Bill Simmons trade.
I heard. I
They've come
heard. I
out and
heard.
publicly said they're interested in it, and Bill has also come out and said
Evan, how you
he's
feel about
open
this,
to a
bro?
trade.
I want to hear
So
Evan's takes on this.
I'm gonna say that my take first. I'm gonna let Evan go because we the
Yeah,
two
but
Washington fans on the call.
yeah. You
And
too. Yep.
honestly, it's like, hey man, if he's okay with it, it's fine. Because honestly, Bill has not been the best this season, even though he's been dealing with a lot. He's been going through COVID protocols and he wasn't healthy. He's still trying to get himself back together. But it's like he still hasn't agreed to an extension. He's gonna be a free agent this offseason. He hasn't agreed to an extension with the team. So if he is not gonna resign, Miles will trade him and get something. You know, trade him, get something instead of losing him for nothing. Because even though he's kind of a diminishing asset, because Bill's not young, people forget Bill's almost 30, y'all. He's been in the league for 10 years now, and he wasn't super young when he came. I think he was like 19 or 20. So yeah, he was 19. He was 19. So yeah, it's like, hey man, like I said, we kind of hit kind of a slump, kind of a ceiling. And we also have a lot of trade pieces as well. If we make the decision to move Bill, we could really get a lot of assets, get a nice, good little rebuild started. Because I think that's what Washington has needed for a while now. Because we put so much stock, so much faith, so much cojones into the whole John Wall Bradley Bill thing. And John Wall was hurt for multiple seasons. Bradley Bill was dropping over 30 points a game, and he was at points of time where we were the only. He was the only reason we were respected NBA franchise. It's been a crazy few seasons down here in DC, man, down in Chocolate City. But I'm gonna be honest and say if the trade happens, I won't be upset. I'll be happy because we've deserved a full fledged rebuild for a few seasons now. So that's what I
I
have.
just want Ben Simmons the fuck out of Philly. That's all I want. As a
Honestly,
Philly fan,
bro,
as a
I
Sixers
don't
fan,
even.
as
It's
all us
I
Sixers fans
feel
just
you,
want us
bro.
the fuck out of Philly, bro. I'm sick of this shit. Okay? Look, we're sick of this shit. Yes, you're hearing the angry Philly fan talk, but look, we have a right to be sick of this shit. It's on. Look, that's literally the only thing that's lingering, like the toxic shit that's lingering over our franchise right now is just Ben Simmons shit that's not even on the court. We cheer for the players that are on the court, like contributed to winning right now. And you know what? I'm just sick of this Ben Simmons talk. And wherever he goes at this point, man, okay. Because right now I'm happy that Joel Embiid is having an MVP type season. That's what I'm really happy
And
about. But
sadly, I
yeah,
feel
I,
like
I'm
that could,
I'm done.
like Embiid, the seasons have it could end up being a waste because basically how the Simmons thing is going, right? It's either two things is gonna happen. Like we know we notice a trend in the NBA. I don't know why I just stuttered there. I kind of was trying to process my thought, but there's a trend in the
Ain't wrong with
NBA.
that.
It happens sometimes, but you all know the trend in the NBA where a trade is really about to happen. It kind of pops up out of nowhere. Like I'm gonna say for instance, you guys remember the Kawhi trade to Toronto? They weren't talking about it. That trade didn't start coming up until right before it happened. It's happened before too. The DeMarcus Cousins one. That trade didn't have it. Like really didn't start stirring until people start saying he might go to New Orleans. DeMarcus and AD. It's a trend that's happened over the years where a trade the most likely trade would be the one that kind of springs up out of nowhere last second. Teams start to kind of build the packages around it. And it's funny how now all this is coming out. We might really see Bill go to Philly and be the number two to Joel Embiid. And honestly, I don't have a problem
Hey,
with it.
bro, if Bill in Philly, I'll be happy as shit seeing Bill knock down threes over over
He
the
don't
what's
shoot
called
threes
Wells
like that,
Fargo
bro.
Center, bro. Hey, bro,
He
I'll
not a
just
three
be
point shooter like
happy to
that.
see him though.
No,
Yeah,
the
I'll
thing
just be
about it,
happy to
Evan,
see him,
Evan,
bro.
Evan. The thing
Look,
about
goes to
it
show,
though,
I'll be happy if he's in Philly,
I'm gonna
bro.
let my friend. Thing about Bill that I like, he's not just a spot up shooter. He can hit the mid range. He can go to the cuff. He has some moves under the basket. Like I feel like Bill as a number two is perfect because he doesn't have all the stress to say, okay, I gotta come out here and drop 30 every night. I feel like Bill as
No,
a
he
number
wouldn't. He would actually be
two
in a way better
is the
situation and a
perfect.
way better offense.
And in a
So
way, we kind of saw that with John Wall. I don't know if you guys remember the 2017 season. That's when both him and John Wall averaged 23 a game.
y'all would get something
But
for Bill, honestly. Y'all
yeah,
would to
my whole
rebuild.
kill is I'm gonna start out with a brief PSA as we get close to NBA trade deadline. This ain't 2K, y'all.
I
This
was just about to
this
say
is
that, but
not
go ahead.
2K. That means trades are not done based on which team would look the sexiest or which players you don't want on your team. It's
People
a
use that
matter of
app too much,
contracts,
bro.
bro. And that's why
For
if it is a Bill Simmons trade, there's no way it's Bill for Simmons straight up. The
Oh
Wizards would
hell no,
never agree
no
to that.
no.
picks. That's what I'm saying. Y'all
There's
Because
gonna
y'all
be
would get
that would be
something
the
for
picks.
Bill.
dumbest trade
You'll
the
There's
be
gonna
Wizards
giving
be
have
up
done if they
picks.
agreed
picks.
to
There's
they
gonna
agreed
be
to
other
that trade.
players involved. It will never be straight up. No, hell no. Mm-mm.
Yeah, because honestly, for a Bill Simmons trade, my whole thing with the Sixers is they they should probably be prepared to give up Maxi, a first, or a combination of the two.
Maybe
Like
Maxi will probably have to go.
because
Yeah, and I don't want to see
the
him go
Wizards would definitely ask for something. I mean,
honestly
granted, Bill's an expiring
because I'm
deal.
definitely a big
Bill is an expiring contract, so you can only ask for but so much.
Right.
But I feel like Maxi and or a first would definitely be in the ask.
Yeah, I don't think Philly wants, and I really don't want to see us get rid of Maxi because he's balling out right now. It's looking very promising in Philly, like as a point guard. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how that would
But
really
here's
work
the
out, but
funny thing
the Ben
about
Simmons thing is just unpredictable.
here's
It
the
really
funny thing
is.
about
It's very
this Ben
unpredictable.
Simmons thing. What I feel like is actually gonna happen. I may be wrong, and if I'm wrong, I'll come up here and say I'm wrong. I don't think we're gonna see Simmons traded till the offseason. I really think James Harden's gonna end up in Philly. I can feel it
That would be a
because
big
I'm gonna
it's
say
it's
it to my I'm gonna say it to my face turns purple. It should have been done that.
it should have.
true.
James Harden, like I literally said this before. I literally said this. James Harden should be a Sixer. He should be. Like it just makes this most logical sense. He should have been a Sixer from the jump because now, if once this move happened, I feel like it's really gonna happen because Brooklyn is really kind of like a hot mess right now. Like KD's out, Kyrie's only part-time availability. James Harden's just starting to get back into form. They're having chemistry issues. James Harden's not feeling living in New York. All types of crazy stuff is just coming out and just being discussed and
At
this
all the wrong
happening
times,
at
bro.
all the worst time possible because literally
Trade time, yeah.
Brooklyn literally gave up their future for James Harden. They gave up all their picks. They gave up their best young players. They gave up Dinwiddie. They gave up Jared Allen. They gave up Karis LeVert. They literally gave up every possible asset they possibly have for James Harden. And to figure out that in basically, I'll say a year and a half, he's possibly going to end up leaving to go to Philly. That's devastating. That's going to be devastating if that happens. But I feel like it's going to happen because it's kind of like you know how they say not manifest destiny. You know how they say certain things are just meant to happen, and sometimes something happens before that pre-called event. That's basically what this is. Because James Harden should have been a Sixer in the first place. He should have even been traded to Brooklyn in the first place because y'all literally had the best deal. Like y'all had Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was the best player that anyone could have got for James Harden. Ben Simmons and some picks.
He had a good deal with the Kings too, but we tried to lowball the Kings, and now the Kings ain't fucking with us in Sacramento.
Yeah,
Like
because
honestly, we could have probably got De'Aaron Fox. Honestly, De'Aaron Fox in Philly would have been fun as shit, bro. Seeing De'Aaron Fox in Philly with shoot, that would have been a good little package.
I would
Probably with the
actually
Kings,
like
and
to
we
see
fucked
that. I'm
that
not
up,
gonna
bro.
hold you
Yeah, bro. Actually, I would be happy to see De'Aaron Fox in Philly. That would have been good with
because
Embiid. Yeah, bro.
speaking of trade, De'Aaron Fox just needs to get out of Sacramento. Like he just
Yeah,
needs to
bro.
get out.
Philly, bro.
He
He,
just needs to get
hey,
out that
bro.
team,
I don't
bro.
know, but I don't know. We messed that up, but yeah, bro. We'll wait to see. Something's gonna happen. I feel as though something's gonna happen.
Mm.
Like something may happen by the deadline. I can see a blockbuster, like breaking news coming out because this has been lingering on for too long. And Philly right now, we're just like winning too much, and for this to keep on going, it's like we just can't like have this hold us
Yeah,
back.
it's like I don't feel like you
It's
guys are gonna go to the next level until you get rid of Ben Simmons because
yeah,
that
it's like
drama and all that stuff is just too distracting, and the
it
uncertainty
is.
of Ben Simmons too is another thing. It's too
Every
much.
night, bro, as the Sixers fans, bro, every night, whenever we win, bro, Ben Simmons, bro, Ben Simmons' name always has to find a way somehow in the conversation, bro. This man has not played a single game this season yet. Ben Simmons, he gets brought up, bro. It's like somehow it's like, you know what? I don't have a choice, but I just like laugh at it. I crack jokes about it at this point. It's like, it is what it is, bro. I just laugh at the Ben Simmons jokes at this point and the Ben Simmons slander. I'm just like, yeah. He's chilling anyway. He's still getting his millions.
At,
Yeah, he'll
at
be all
this
right.
at
He'll
this
be all
at
right.
this at this point at this point, y'all really doing it to yourselves. You could have got De'Aaron Fox. You could have had
Hell
James
yeah.
Harden.
Just said that, yup.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you could have had. I know. I'm just saying. Could have had De'Aaron Fox. Could have
Yeah,
had
I
James.
know. Yeah.
I don't. I really think that Daryl Morey is really just dropping the ball with this whole Ben Simmons thing. He really, really is. And like Ben Simmons is an all-star. Ben Simmons is a real like let's stop acting like Ben Simmons is trash. Ben Simmons is a really good player. But Ben Simmons is not Kyrie Irving. So stop thinking that you're going to get the kitchen sink plus the refrigerator for Ben Simmons. You're not.
Yeah,
And the
you're
stove.
probably gonna get like the bottom drawer and like maybe one row for Ben Simmons.
You're gonna get a fucking chair. That's what you're gonna get.
Maybe the
Like,
sink. How about this? A sink with no fridge. How about that?
I
Just an
said
ice
the
cooler.
chair, bro.
I
I'm
say take the
dead.
sink.
you're not even gonna get the you might just get the fridge. Like, but the
And
but
not
Fridge
even
the
the
by
whole
itself.
but
Hey,
fridge.
what
You
but
shoot.
get
what I'm
half the
but
fridge. Right.
what I'm saying is if you want to get rid of him, stop trying to act like stop trying to act like if Ben Simmons was this valuable to you, he would be playing right now.
Yeah, for sure.
If we're really serious, we're really being honest. If Ben Simmons was that valuable to the 76ers that you want this star player and then some, where you have a team that's willing to take on that contract, bruh, like he must be more valuable to you than you're willing to let on.
Here's the dumb thing with the
But
Ben
but
Simmons.
but
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 yeah,
I'm
go
a,
ahead.
but
It's like
I'm a,
a tainted relationship. It's weird
but
right
I'm gonna
now.
say
Yeah.
it. I'm gonna say it again. Ben Simmons did not show up in the playoffs. This is just as much on Philly as it is on Ben. And I know the fans are going to, as they should, boo Ben Simmons. But if I'm Ben Simmons, shit, I don't blame him. When I really look at, I really don't blame him. But in some way, you gotta suck it up somehow. But I hope something gets done. And in terms of like Bill going to Philly, I would like to see it, but it would be really interesting. And I agree with Sanfa. I really think that this Ben Simmons situation is really wasting an MVP year for Joel Embiid. It really is.
Yeah, it's
If
just
we get to the
like
playoffs, I wouldn't call it a waste. Honestly, if we make it to the postseason, it's kind of hard to call it a waste unless
Nah,
we just dead
nah,
ass
Buck
make it to
making
the
it
playoffs. So
to the
I don't know.
postseason, going to the finals, but
mhm.
because
We got to get past the first round. Honestly, we do. We got to get past the first round for
which y'all,
sure.
I mean, which y'all can, but
Can yeah.
but but
I want to
but
see us in a conference championship though. Yeah.
but still, with Joel Embiid having a season like this and y'all don't go to the finals, to me, that's a waste.
At least the Eastern final. We got to go at least make it to like the Eastern, like the conference finals, had to be a contender this year.
Yeah,
We got to at this point
I
because
mean, because y'all
you
are
know, what happened last year, like to the Hawks, yeah, it happens, but now this year we just really have to like keep our foot on the gas now and
y'all
stay
are third.
consistent.
Y'all are third in the East,
And
I
the
believe.
game's only separated, yeah, by like a couple games. I think we're only a couple games away from the let's see how many games away from the
Yeah,
first
because
seed
if I'm not
because it's not
mistaken, the Heat are #1 right now.
yeah, number
Well, the
one. I
Heat and
don't
the
think
Bulls are
we're
tied. The
Yeah,
Heat and the
there's a
Bulls are
tie.
tied.
Yeah,
yeah.
they're tied. They're the
So that
first
means
two. Yeah,
really shit, really we
you
like
guys are right there. Honestly,
yep,
that's
yeah.
right there.
So we'll wait and see. Yeah, we're actually number two right now. Right. Well, technically the Heat, they're like three since they have more losses. The one loss though. So like dang, the conference is that close. So it's like a half
Mhm.
game, literally, bro. Bulls have 32 wins, Heat have 32 wins, but they have 20 losses. But the Bulls are number one right now because they have less losses. So it's like really like a half games, bro. That's crazy how tight the East is. And the Sixers are right there, number two, with 31 wins. So yeah, we gotta at least try to make it, to the at least the conference championship.
And
Sure.
here's the
If
dumb
not, it
thing
will
with
be a
the
waste.
whole Ben Simmons thing, right? And we're gonna continue. We'll talk about more trade people after this because I'm kind of tired of talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want
Yeah,
to talk
same
about
here,
Ben
bro.
until he gets
Yeah.
traded. But I'm just saying this. The dumb thing I don't understand about the Sixers, right? You guys value Ben Simmons so much. You guys hold him to such a standard, right? But he's not playing, so he's not showing his true value. So the value that he has is what you're projecting from the previous season. But
Really is projections at this
that's the
point.
worst thing you could
He is
do
weird.
because the lasting
Mm-hmm.
image of last season is him floundering and kind of shrinking in the Hawk series. So you're trying to hold on and show like, oh, Ben Simmons is this great asset. But
It
the
was like a
last
show and
time
tell
people
thing.
saw him
Yeah.
play, he was playing at a diminishing level from what we know he can really be. So
Mm-hmm.
really, if I was Philly, I would say Ben Simmons, you gotta suck it up. You gotta get on that court and you gotta play because you have to show what value you truly are. Because now most teams are not interested because they're like, well, he's not playing. There's a reason behind that. You guys are trying to be cheap and stock the price up. But how are you gonna
We
do that
interrupt this
when we
podcast
can't
to
even?
bring you Clutch Kyle Kuzma with the straps on Embiid. With the straps.
Boo! Tomatoes, bricks, onions,
This man said
nah. Get
tomatoes,
You
them
are a
out of
onions.
Lakers
here.
fan.
I'm dead. I'm weak.
You
Oh,
root for
boo.
Russell. You root for Russell Westbrook.
I'm dead. Hey,
I root
let's
for
not talk
Malik
about the
Monk.
Lakers. Hey, we're talking about trades. Let's not talk about the Lakers. Lakers
Well,
get
I'm
enough
dead,
slander as it
bro.
is.
Bro, I'm
Let's
dead,
not talk
bro.
about the Lakers.
We're not talking
But
about
yeah,
the
Ben
Lakers right
Simmons, honestly, I see what you're saying, Sanford. That's smart because basically it's almost like, okay, Ben, because imagine if Ben Simmons just suits up. Let's say, okay, of course it's not going to happen. Let's say if he like suits up sometime this week and he has like a 20-point game with like 10 assists. Then teams will be calling, knocking on our door saying, oh yeah, well now we're willing to trade. Basically, he's gonna have that game where it's like, all right, bro, suit up, go out there, put in
But
the work, and like
if this
show your
man,
worth, so you can
w-
get the fuck out of Philly if you want it
right,
that bad, so you can get out. So yeah, I see that's smart as
bro,
hell.
if he
Yeah,
was
bro, go
playing,
and
Hey
bro,
suit
he,
up,
yo,
he
bro,
would have
and
already
show
hey
got
you still
yo,
traded.
got it.
yo.
Yeah,
Spencer
bro.
Dinwiddie
And
got
Ben
a
is
triple
so
double.
therefore he's doing it to himself.
Well, you said Spencer got
Who
a
got
triple
Spencer
dub.
Dinwiddie got a triple
Dinwiddie?
double, dog.
That's
12 points,
interesting.
12 rebounds, 10 assists.
Oh wow,
Bro, Dinwiddie,
this man
bro.
put up Alonzo Ball stat line. Look at him. Yeah, that's some stuff
That's
that
not
Zoe
bad
be
though.
doing. Like Zoe put up like 10 points, but have like 12 assists and like 13 rebounds. But like anyway, back to what we are saying. Like, bro, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I'm guaranteed, bro. If Ben Simmons had been playing this season, he would have already got traded. It
Yup.
literally would have
Just
been.
showing his
It
value.
literally would have been a hardened situation from last year.
Because teams don't know what they're getting with Ben
They
Simmons, and
literally
plus,
would have been
like I
like, okay,
said,
we see what we're getting from this guy. We ready to make moves and trade for him and everything. Because number one, the thing that people don't understand, Ben Simmons is on a 4-year contract. It's not like he's like, Beal that's expiring or James Harden had like a year. Like he's not like most of these stars that they kind of request a trade. They're on like the last year of their contract, or they're on the second to last year of their contract. Ben Simmons just got he signed that extension a couple years ago. It just kicked in this season.
that's
So
why
he's on
Philly
a
was just
long
jumping the
term
gun.
deal. So
Philly was just
basically, if
shooting
you
back then.
trade for him, he's going to be on your team for the foreseeable future. That's the benefit that the Sixers have, and they're not using that. Like I said, if I was in charge, Ben Simmons would have played, even if he just plays up to what he drops like 18, 10, and 7. Like, bro, what people be like, hey yo, we want Ben. They would have been like, we ready to make a package for Ben. We ready to give up picks for Ben because he's showing his value. And so it's like I said, it's only go two ways. Either Simmons is gonna end up getting traded, they're gonna have to settle for something that they don't want. Like they're gonna have to settle for less,
Maybe for
or
less,
they're gonna
but
end up
better than
trading him
nothing.
in the offseason. It's one or the other. They're gonna either
At
get to the
this
trade
point,
deadline.
I'd rather wait for the off season because you'll get more. I feel as though in the off season at this point, than doing mid. Yeah, I feel as though we'll get way more in the off season than we do it like mid trade deadline. Yeah, the smarter
I would
way would
say
just be the
wait for
off
the
season
off
and just not let
season.
the bullshit. Yeah, and just not let it even like just get through the season and just wait for the off season. So more things probably settle down by then. I'll, at this point we got to.
It's especially if you know for a fact that you're gonna get James Harden.
Oh yeah. I'm not gonna
Because
hold
teams are
you.
clearly not
If
messing with
Daryl Morey
offers.
has a
So
confirmation that they will get James Harden, I would wait too. I would
our
wait.
last chance was with the Sacramento Kings, and the Kings were fucking with us too, though. But
The
say
Kings
Daryl
is ready
Morey,
to clean that whole team, bro. They ready
yeah,
to just
yeah,
trade
bro. They
everybody.
were messing with. But how in the world do the Sacramento, bro? How did we get denied by the Kings? That goes to show Daryl Morey, bro. Like Philly sports and our GM and these presidents, bro. We thought Howie Roseman. We talk about Howie Roseman and everything, and his wasn't
Yeah, because I
decisions,
think
bro. Like, come on,
Philly
bro.
they
How we
were
messing up with the
asking
Kings at our
for
teams?
they were
They need
asking for
everything.
De'Aaron. I think they
They need
wanted
everybody.
De'Aaron and Taliburton. I was like, that's not gonna work. They wanted both of them.
Mm.
They wanted both. I was
Yeah,
like, it's
Halliburton.
crazy.
They gonna give it to
Yeah,
Halliburton because Halliburton was cooking us too, bro, the other night, but we still ended up
like
winning.
it's like
But
you can
he was
only really
Hey,
give
cooking
Halliburton been
one.
us.
cooking
I give him his
everybody.
credit.
Halliburton been just going
Yeah.
off, bro. I'm not about to hold you, but yeah, it's like, bro,
Mm-hmm.
you're not gonna get both. You're gonna get one, and you're most likely gonna have to get De'Aaron because that's how the contracts are gonna
De'Aaron
work.
makes more sense,
Because De'Aaron just
and it
got
makes more
literally
sense as his
signed the
point
max
position.
deal, so it makes sense. Makes sense to get De'Aaron
Mm-hmm.
out of Sacramento. You have Tyrese Halliburton, you got Davion Mitchell, you got Ben Simmons. That's a nice young trio to build around.
And Ben
That's something
Simmons, I
right
feel
there.
as though he needs to go in a small market. And the thing is, teams are going to be looking at Ben Simmons, how he handles pressure when things don't go his way. And the
Mhm.
Philly situation is just like, okay, do teams want to and like take that risk? Have buyer's remorse when things don't see eye to eye. How's the chemistry going to be? So Ben Simmons realized, yeah, this is not just staying in Philly. This is going to go on with you for a minute, unless you just go and change your how you move about things. But yeah, starting off, you're gonna have to can like have I guess set a different reputation moving forward if you want to have success in the NBA. And I feel as though low market will be better for Ben Simmons too, where it's not too much attention and everything. Clearly Ben Simmons probably doesn't like a lot of attention. Maybe like he has a little bit of anxiety here and there. Maybe of course but he's in the NBA. That's what comes with the fame and the light and stuff. So he needs to go in the low market, which is out the media a lot. Sacramento would be a good place, like for sure. It's not a high market team. He can go and ball out, do his thing, and get we can talk about him for what he's doing. And we're not talking about all this non-basketball stuff, contract stuff like that, where it's like in a high market where it's so much pressure on him. Because I feel as though it's like Ben Simmons basically he just holds under pressure. It happens to players though, but the way he went about it, that's what happened. So a low market team would be better for Ben Simmons for sure. Like that's where he needs to go. And I feel as though with this Ben, if we do wait to the off season, it's definitely be like a three team trade, like multi-team trade with Ben Simmons. I can see that happening. It's gonna be definitely like a multi-team trade with how these contracts are gonna go. And since it's gonna be also like more like other free agents out there and stuff. So who knows? Anything can happen at this point with the Ben Simmons thing.
Just gotta
Yeah,
wait.
but him
Just
out of
gotta wait
Philly,
and
I
see.
think all Sixers fans, we just want him out of Philly at this point, man. We're just gonna be happy until we just settle, man. Ooh.
Definitely, like I said, I feel like with Washington, I'm gonna go back to that. We definitely need to tap in on this trade deadline and make a move, man.
Or
Like I've been
should.
hearing, we might get some bonus, which that'll be
Sell the
interesting.
team.
That'd be interesting.
It's a bonus.
Like
Ooh.
I've been hearing that they want to
Oh, we
Sounds
try.
talking
too
about
good to be
we need to
true
sell the
though.
team?
Yeah, and none you funny, but like this guy Evan is hilarious.
I
Like,
can't stand when other people get my blessings, man. You feel me? Other people getting your blessings that's meant for you, man. Oh, and by the way, Mark, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
What is the deal? What
I'm
is the
dead.
deal?
Bro,
I'm
you looking at the
dead.
game too.
Talk to me
Bro,
nice.
honestly, I just been
Bro,
looking
I'm
at our
dead,
Talk
bro.
to me nice, my guy.
bro, I'm
Talk
just
to
looking
me
at Kyle Kuzma.
nice.
I'm dead,
Bro, I'm looking
We
at
ain't
these
even need
games
Bill for
like it came
this.
down to the wire. And
bro.
We
Kuzma,
ain't even
bro,
need Fred.
I can't even say shit about Kuzma because
Let's
Kuzma went off
go,
on us,
bro.
bro. Like, what the hell?
Kyle
But
Kuzma, the
on
Hey,
clutchest
on an
player in the
unrelated
NBA.
note, bro, I know
He the
y'all remember
clutchest
yeah.
this.
player in the league.
This was
Hey,
like
good game, bro.
this was like a few
Good
years
game
ago.
though,
This was
for
like I forgot who
Yeah.
Cleveland was facing, bro. But Cleveland was facing the Southern team. It was like, hey yo, bro, they gotta win. They gotta score like 100 or something points so we don't get free pizza. That shit was the funniest shit I ever seen, bro. Like niggas want Twitter going crazy, like, bro, hey yo, bro,
I'm gonna be
Bron,
the Philly fan on
I
Twitter
need you to
tonight
shoot
showing
that
good
extra three,
sportsmanship.
bro. I'm trying to get that free pizza, bro. I was crying, bro. I said, hey yo,
I'm gonna give y'all props on IG too, like Evan, honest no, because I'm gonna actually be the Philly fan to give y'all props. I'm gonna be like good game because you know what, that was a good ass game. I thought we was gonna win
It really
because
was.
Maxey was doing
oh,
anything,
no, yeah,
It
but it's like
was. It
I was
damn,
really
watching a
was.
little
But
bit of
I'm
it.
not gonna hold
well
you.
that's coming.
Second, I knew Bill wasn't gonna play. I thought we was gonna get worked, and Thomas Bryant out too. Like I thought we was about to get dusted,
Yo, bro, Evan, when you said Thomas Bryan was injured again, bro, I just said, "Oh my god,
bro.
that
Like
man,
my heart sank in my chest when I saw him on that floor, man.
he just came back. He
Seriously,
literally
man.
just came back. Like I'm just like, damn, bro. I'm just like, shit, man. And he's so people don't understand. This man is young. Like this man, if I'm not mistaken, he got drafted only what 3, 4 years ago. Yeah, because he got drafted by LA. He was on their G League team, and then he came to us. So yeah, it's like that's crazy, man. Hopefully he has a speedy recovery, man, because he just came back. Like that. That's the worst type of injury. When someone's out for a year, they come back and they get injured again, bro.
And
Damn.
Thomas Bryant, bro, he's like been looking pretty good. Like he has a promising future too, and him getting injured, it's like I don't know how long the severity of the injury is,
And he's
but
a big man
that's a
that's
blow, bro.
not super athletic. He's already naturally slow footed.
It's
So
like a
it's like,
knee injury. It's
damn.
like with his knees or something. Because like with big men, it's always like with their knees, bro. That's one
Mhm.
thing about being tall in the NBA. It's like the knees is just gonna naturally. That's just like naturally just gonna go off. Like be the first thing that you're gonna suffer from is knee injuries. Just being tall in general in the NBA. It's always gonna get them knee injuries. And the minute they take like a hard bump, that's when it starts.
Yes,
And then you
sir.
just start getting other knick-knack injuries. And
All
the
right.
knick-knack injuries are the worst ones than like the long-term injuries, I
Oh
think,
yeah,
because
I
they
hate
just keep
those. I hate nicknames.
yeah, it's like keep torn throughout the whole season. It's like well, you just can't get surgery on it, but you just get hurt. It's like damn.
Right. It's
Uh,
so crazy. All right, let's dive into All Star Weekend. So, if I'm not mistaken, the dunk contest here is gonna be Cole Anthony. I think Obi Toppin's doing it again. Jalen Green's gonna be in it. I think is Honcho Kano Anderson. I always forget that man's name that be on the Golden State
Juan
Warriors.
Toscano Anderson.
Juan Toscano Anderson. Thank you, sir, for fixing that. So yeah, when it comes to dunk contests, honestly, like I said, I don't really have expectations. I just want to see people that's in it that should be in it because we just know
like
that.
good names,
Yeah,
good
we just
names,
know that
basically.
no All Stars coming to the dunk contest. It's not happened for years, so it's like don't
At
expect
least have
any of
fun
them.
players in it,
Yeah, just put
Yeah,
fun
like
players in the year. Just put players that they're gonna
I saw
come
like
put on the show,
Miles
entertain.
Bridges, perfect. Like again, I wouldn't mind seeing them in it again because Miles Bridges, he can still get up there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like for sure,
Miles
yeah.
Bridges,
But
he got it for
just
sure, man. So, hey, Cole Anthony got bounced. Obi Toppin got bounced.
Donovan Mitchell,
Jalen Green
unfortunately,
got
no, he won't
bounced.
get it.
Hmm.
I went to Donovan Mitchell. He was in a dunk contest himself, wasn't he? And
Yeah,
like,
yeah, he won it. That's when he
yeah,
won
won
it.
it, yup, yeah. Donovan Mitchell, yeah. I was like, shoot, but you won't see him in it because he's an all star. Like, basically,
Yeah,
players are going to
I
preserve their
don't
health.
really
Yeah,
like that. I don't know why that stigma has happened. Like because before, as we were growing up, we saw actual all stars in the
All the
dunk
all stars in the
contest.
dunk contest
Like
though.
even if it wasn't all,
Kobe
even
was
if
in it.
yeah, even
Shit,
if it
like
wasn't
come on.
all stars, you know, it was like a nice mix of like players that we know that's super athletic
Got
that can
Sean Kemp,
bounce,
Ben
all
Carter,
stars, good role
yeah, T
players. Like
Mac,
if it's a
all
nice
them, bro.
mix, I don't mind
Mm-hmm.
that. But like the fact that now we've not seen an all star in the dunk contest for a long time, it's just kind of crazy to me. It's like, dang man. So
But it's like, are the
I don't
players
know.
even want to be in it at this point? And I feel as
Right.
though with that whole D Wade, now I feel as though Dwayne Wade low key messed it up, bro. Because Dwayne Wade made John Moran when I ended with the whole 9 thing. I'm like, bro, D Wade, you're to blame for some of this. You're weird. You're funny judging. He's like, and funny thing is, when he came out and explained it, he was like, I thought the other judge was going to give higher scores at the time. I just wanted like to balance it out. I'm like, bro, what? His explanation for giving that 9 made it
Bro,
even worse, bro. And
I'm
now
not
John
even
Moran, as soon
trying.
as he did that, John Moran was like, nah, I'm not going to the dunk contest. I was like, no, bro, I'm gonna blame you. D Wade low key messed that up in the future, bro.
That's why
That's kind of funny.
when you do the dunk contest, put people in it that's actually won one. Like that's number one.
D
Put
Wade
people
was random.
put people in it that's actually won one, and don't just put random people in there. Like
No, but I think
I
they did
know
it because he
why
was
they
in
put him
Miami.
there. I know why they put
Yeah,
him there. It was understandable, but it's like, bro,
that's
no.
like don't put it because of like no
You knew
favorites.
he was
Yeah.
gonna be biased towards Derrick Jones Jr. Like, you just knew.
Mm-hmm.
You just knew. So it's just one of the things I'm
Yep.
just like, uh, but yeah, put people that's unbiased, that's won a dunk contest before, that's gonna judge it how it should be judged at face value. So that's number one. Like I feel like if you do that, I think I would just change the dunk contest completely because you won't have people in there, that's obviously just gonna vote high for certain players and vote low for others. Like they gotta set that straight. That's ridiculous. And also, NBA, please, for the love of God, remove the celebrity all star. Nobody cares about
Please.
that shit. Nobody cares. People
It was
just
good
be
when they put
there
real celebrities, when they put actual like
like
celebrities like
actual.
back
So like when it
like
was
in the
Kevin
early
Harden
2010s.
shit,
Yeah,
Kevin Harden
and like
shit,
and 2 Chains was coming on. Yeah, it's better,
fucking
but
Wale
now it's
and
just like
fucking Meek
now,
Mill
no,
and
now
all
to
them
put it like
niggas.
politicians. Now
Right.
to put it like politicians in the celebrity, like
Right.
bro,
They're putting like
politicians are not
politicians
celebrities,
and like
bro.
fucking like C-level celebrities. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Like,
Y'all the
bro.
MB fucking A. You're telling me you can't get someone more than fucking Quavo? Like, get the fuck.
And
What are you
then
talking about?
they're not actually putting like some certain WNBA stars and like they're actual players. You're going to cook them. Yeah, you're putting actual professional athletes.
I was
Like come
so
on,
mad
like
when I saw fucking Candace Parker in this shit, bro.
hell yeah, she's
So
going to cook
fucking
everybody.
mad.
She's a professional basketball
So
player. Like,
mad.
come on now, make it fair. Like, make it fun. Like, she want to take it seriously too. Probably. I'm like, she's
Oh
just
my
too good. She has no choice.
I was blown. I was
Come
like,
on,
why
bro.
are you putting? Oh.
There's so many people. Matter of fact, I can make a suggestion. There's a lot of people who can put in celebrity all-star game. I
Mhm.
want to Cameron putting Justin Bieber back in it. You know, we can put Justin Bieber in it, Quavo, actual good ball. And then is they can ball too. Two
Right.
Chains. Let's see, even put
I
Lil
don't
Durk in
even
there.
care.
Like
You could
Lil
put
Durk can
Drake
ball.
in it. Drake is the ambassador
Drake
for
could
the
probably,
Toronto
bro. Even
Raptors.
You
What the
can
fuck?
man,
you can put them in it, but they actually have to want to
No, no, no.
actually
I was just
play
about to
in
get to that. I was just
yeah,
about to
one
get
in
to that.
it. Yeah,
Like,
but
basically, put people that have actual name value and want to be in it. Like, don't put people in it and then you see that they're just gonna fuck around and be walking around doing dumb shit or not giving a fuck. Put people that have actual cash shit. You're the NB fucking A. You're literally telling me that you can't. You're literally not only the top
I
basketball league.
seen
You're
Dirk
one of the.
comments and he
You're
wanted to be
probably
in it.
the
He
most
loves the
pop.
ball,
One
bro.
of the most popular leagues on the planet. You're telling me you can't grab actual celebrities that want to be there, like
Quavo will
actual
probably be
people.
in it
What I
again
do like
because he
about
was
the
in it once.
celebrity, what I do like about the celebrity game though, is I do like seeing the WNBA and NBA legends out there on the court. Even though it's just like a little like it's kind of just something that's just fun to
They still be
watch
good too.
to me.
Yeah, even the
But
legends, they still be out there cooking.
Yeah, like if I
Like,
don't
don't,
mind
no,
the legends,
like
but like
bro,
put legends in there. Like if you put people from the big three, I'm cool with that. Like I'm
that'll be
literally
cool. See,
that's
from the big,
like
perfect.
okay,
when
that'll be
That's
cool.
perfectly fine with me.
like a couple years ago, they had Jay Williams
Mm.
off of
Yeah,
ESPN.
that's
He was
fucking fine.
cooking niggas.
Yeah, like if it's
But
people that can play and know, that's fine. Like I don't really. It's just that don't put number one. This is two things that the NBA has done in recent years. One, they'll put people in there that you literally don't know. You'd be like, who is this? It's supposed to be the celebrity all star game. Like this is the time where you try to get as many name recognition names as you can. Don't just get people just to fill the spot. No, you're the NBA. You're better than that.
Like you
Get
said,
people
like C-list
that
celebrities, yeah,
people will
bro.
know. They be like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
this man, this person might be. Whether it's online personalities, like they had Beat Out in it the first few times. I think even last year they had what's this man's name? He's another dude that's just like Beat Out. I forgot this man's name. I know him. I just can't think of his name on that. But like online personalities, celebrities, NBA legends, guys from the big three, WNBA. I don't mind the mixing pot of that. That's not the problem. It's the problem of majority of the people you either don't know who is there or you put people in there that's clearly washed up that can barely play. Don't do that. Give us
Yeah,
at least decent basketball. Like
yeah,
I'm not asking you to go fucking go find fucking let's bring this nigga out of retirement. No. If he wants to play and he can still play, of course, but don't just bring people in just to bring people in that you see on the court they can barely move or can barely even do a jump shot. No,
yeah. Don't put in.
who they put in that pissed me off
But
last
I do think what they try to do is they try to also find celebrities that I don't know if y'all brought this up or not, but they actually try and find celebrities that actually play basketball. Like I remember they used to have the secretary of education. He used to play it when he was with Barack Obama, when he was in Obama's administration.
year.
He used to be in the joint every year and he would be cooking. It wouldn't make no sense to me. When you talk about white boy shooter, that was a white boy shooter.
Oh no, yeah, like
But
that's like say
but
it
but
has to
but
be a nice
but
mix of
but
everything.
but he was, yeah, no, I see what you're saying, but I'm just saying for me, like I even when, because there was a couple years where it was down, like where they had people like Bad Bunny and Lizzo in it. I'm just like, yo, what the fuck are they doing? Like,
I'm-
no, when Bad Bunny was there and he would just be sitting there, he was wearing a freaking hat. I'm like, what is he doing?
the funny
But
thing about
but
Bad Bunny, he's killing it in wrestling right now. This man
but
was
Bro, he
just
was
in the
just in
Royal Rumble.
Royal
but I
Rumble. Yeah,
He
I
but
was
saw what
I
the fuck.
that's
but
funny.
I but I but I like seeing like the eight, like again, like Asia Wilson, and I remember some dude would be going at, I think it was Jay Will was going at Asia Wilson, and you got Liz Cambage and Chene and NECA
Yes,
and
Chennai. That's who I
and
was saying. I
and
was like Chennai and Naka, those two
I'm
women.
saying
and
Gumaka. Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
Candace Parker. I remember Ray Allen. I remember
That was
T.O.
funny. Ray Allen was funny. This nigga was
The
still
Ray Allen
hitting,
joint was lit
flicking
though.
threes.
The
That
Ray
was
Allen joint
hilarious.
was lit.
That joke
That's
was
a good
lit. That was
example of
fun.
NBA legends. Yep. Ray Allen joint was lit, bro.
Because Ray Allen, he can still go. Like that's not even a problem. Like say if you want to bring in guys like the like basically big three caliber. That's what I say. I say big three caliber because it could be retired legends that's in the big three or retired legends that they can still hoop, they can still move. But just basically when you bring people for the Celebrity All Star Game, have it be people that can hoop, that can move. Don't have people out there where they're just literally just standing around. Like I noticed that whenever I watch it, a lot of the year, they will literally just have people that's just standing around like not doing anything. Now have people that at least can play competent, decent basketball. That's all I'm asking for. And make it a nice melting pot of people to where, it's not like, oh, I'm trying to read the names and I don't know like 80% of the people that's there. That's all.
It's
Yeah.
like seeing other. I like seeing other
But
athletes from other sports, like saying like
Yeah.
I don't know how the scheduling goes, but say like a old like retired maybe baseball player who likes basketball, MLB player, get them in an All Star game. I like
they've
seeing
done
that,
that
mix it up a
before.
little bit.
They've done that.
Yeah,
They've done that.
oh yeah, probably, but yeah, I'm just
And
using
it
as an
was
example.
fine.
Yeah, moving
They
forward.
had
Yeah,
they
yeah.
had they've had, I think a couple years ago they had a soccer player. They
Mhm.
have
Oh, that's see, we need more
they
of that.
they have football players.
Mhm.
You know, it there ain't, I mean, for real, to me, there ain't really nothing wrong with the celebrity. It's a good thing to watch if there's nothing else on.
No, no, yeah. It's like just
And then
to
right.
make like I just want it to be the best it can be. Like just get get the people, get the more qualified people, man. That's all I'm asking for. Like don't have people in there that can literally. I remember last year. I don't know who it was that they had like 4 or 5 people on there and they could literally barely move. Like it's like, bruh, me and Darien would move better than them on the fucking court. Like that. That's why I'm just like, all right, bro, you gotta get off. Like if I'm able to move better, I don't even play basketball like that. I play it
No,
for fun. It's
no,
just
last year was the 2-on-2. It was Quavo and Lil Baby versus Two Chains and somebody, and Quavo was just working everybody.
I remember.
It's so funny because
Like,
Quavo and Lil Baby really don't like each other for real, bro. And like actual, like they actually have like some
Yeah,
kind
they
of
have like
like
actual
some
beef.
kind
That
of beef.
shit's that shit's
Yeah, bro,
crazy.
they actually don't fuck with each other. When Quavo was cooking Lil Baby, that's what made it more funnier. I'm like, bro, them niggas personally don't like each other, bro. And it was just on the same label. Of course, they're not down, but yeah, that's funny, bro. That's what made that funny.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
it
you know,
is. I mean, it is what
they
it
can
is.
do some improv to the All Star.
Yeah,
They can do
yeah,
some
of course.
improv to
It's
the
not
Celebrity All
supposed
Star
to be
game,
taken seriously. I understand that,
but
but it's
make
just
it
Right.
like
more like
just make it
like
make
just
it
get a
watchable.
corny.
Make it
Make it like
watchable.
it's in a corny, basically. Yeah, it's like it's got corny over the years for sure. Definitely got
But
corny. Yeah, so you know,
I truly feel like a lot of like a lot of the celebrity events, because they have celebrity flag football for the Pro Bowl, they have celebrity softball for the MLB, and they had a celebrity game for basketball too. It's supposed to be corny, for real, for real.
No, no, right, yeah.
It's supposed to be. You know, I do the really the main thing that I agree with is get more people that people know, so more people can watch, because it makes the corniness more entertaining. But at
it's
the
just getting
same
got
time,
boring. Yeah.
I personally don't
What the
hate
heck?
the Celebrity All-Star game. I don't think that there's much wrong with it. I really think the reason why there's not a lot of A-list celebrities doing the Celebrity All-Star game is because there's so much going on around the All-Star game. So many different events. They're probably hosting something here, a sponsored event here, a sponsored event here, a party here. They're probably got a lot of artists and actors and comedians doing so many other things that's centered around the All-Star game
Hmm.
that that they just can't. So you have to get B and C list
That's
celebrities.
why you would never see NFL players in it because, like, with the Pro Bowl, the good NFL players, the Pro Bowls right around the same time too. So you won't see no Pro Bowl NFL players in the All Star game. So yeah, it's like they're already committed. Yeah, the other things in their own profession. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like the timing of it, basically the timing of the year.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, no,
it's
no.
like so much
I'm
going on. Yeah,
agreeing
and
with
that's
a lot
under.
of what Darien said. It's just like my main thing is like I said, get people in it that make it at least watchable. Because we've seen some celebrity also where it's like, I'm not even talking about the corn. The corn in this makes it hilarious. It makes it funny. And like the jokes and everything, the jabs, people going at each other, the slapping on the wrist and all that. I like that. That's not even what I'm again. I'm just like I said, make it watchable. That is my thing. Just make it more watchable. Don't just put people in there that literally can't do a damn thing with the basketball. Like I said, if I'm watching it and I'm like, bruh, me and Darien could fucking move faster than them. No. That's what I'm just like, yo, bruh. But you might as well put me and Darien in that shit. Hey, give me a 3-1 outlet jersey. Put me on that bitch, but man, I run up and down the court just to do it. I will not take a single shot. I would just run up and down the court, bruh. I will not give a damn. But yeah, like make it in the.
Asking Agent Wilson to marry me. That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh man, I mean, hey, that's a good pick right there, bro. I'm not even about to hold you. That's a very good pick. But
I ain't mad at that shit.
hey, man,
I'm funny as
get
shit.
you, hey, get you an WNBA player, but y'all be hooping together. That'd be nice. But
Queens,
anyway,
man, tall queens.
yep, yep. But yeah, like dunk contest was looking to be solid. Um, hopefully this All Star game. I don't know how they might keep the format they've been doing to where it's like okay, first quarter, whoever team was the first quarter, boom, second quarter, boom, third quarter, boom, they win money for the charity. And then I guess the fourth quarter would be like a target score. I think they're keeping that because I've not seen or heard anything of like any changes. Like I said, despite the All Star Weekend up, all I want, if it's not 1v1, just do a 2v2 tourney, bro. At this point, might as well do it. Try it out. If it don't work, it don't work. but give it a try because I can already tell this could be some duos that I would just love to see go against other duos, man. Like imagine you got a K like what if they're healthy and able to play. Imagine a KD Kyrie duo. That would be I would love to see that. That would be great to see. Like I said,
Yeah.
depends who's gonna be in it. Because most likely that would be kind of another thing where it's not gonna be all the all stars in it, but you should be able to get a decent amount of them. And then you get some other underrated duos in the league that kind of come together. I feel like if they give it a try, it could really work. I feel
Yeah,
like
I
it get
think they should do it. They should do it with guys that I mean you can try it with all stars. I already know it KD's gonna be there.
right.
KD's
If
KD's
KD's
gonna be there.
healthy, he'll be there. 'Cause
But
he has not been healthy for the
I
past two
say
All
get
Star games.
people that either are not all stars or get G League guys.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
To get the guys that aren't all stars, like the rising stars or
Mhm,
just fringe all stars,
mhm.
and then also put G League guys in G League guys in there.
Yeah, like
Think
imagine if
that'd
they
be
did
cool.
like a Shea and Josh Giddey duo. I like to see that. That'd be nice. Just as an example, that'd be a nice duo right there. Shea Gillis Alexander and Josh Giddey. That'd be interesting. I would like to see that. That'd be very interesting. But or if you want to do like if not like this for example, like Pelicans, you could do like a Zion Brandon Ingram. That'd be interesting. I'd like to see that. Like it's just like it. Of course, you can't have all the all stars in it because I know for sure a few of them is not going to do it. They're just gonna be like, I'm not playing, and if you put me in it, I'm not going to take it seriously. So like have a nice mix of all stars, fringe all stars, G League stars. That'd be nice. I like to see that. That'd be very interesting. That could really put some players really on the map. And maybe next year that player ends up being an all star or ends up getting an increased role. Because really, what the All Star weekend really should be is just a showcase of the talent that's in the NBA other than the celebrity all star game, of course. They're showcasing the talent. Some people that probably don't get the best showcase because they're on a small market team that doesn't have a lot of national games, a lot of national exposure. The All Star Weekend is something that a lot of people watch. A lot of people can't tune in for the All Star Weekend. So it's like use it as a way
The
to showcase
casuals
your
make up a
talent.
lot of that marketing. Put it like
Yeah,
that. The casuals make up a
use it
lot
to
of the
showcase
marketing.
the
All
talent you
stars,
got, and not
perfect.
just like only All Star. Like show to showcase just the talent overall in the league. That'd be nice, and that would be the best way to do it in a 2v2 because not every 2v2 is gonna be an All Star. Do it might be like a one All Star and a one fringe All Star, or it might be two guys that's like right outside the All Star mark, where they're still very very talented. Like imagine if like say like we just do a Bucks one, it's like Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. That'd be interesting, especially if they have to go up against like Giannis or somebody else. That'd be very interesting.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. That will be the most boring thing I'll ever watch in my life.
It's
Anything
worse.
Milwaukee, anything Milwaukee Bucks is just so damn boring. I don't.
I mean, it's Milwaukee.
Exactly. You understand.
It's just the branding.
I don't know,
That's.
y'all. I kind of like Chris Middleton.
Chris
I
Middleton
mean,
is
he's
not
nigga
really
Clay. He's literally
he's
the nigga
good,
Clay. That's
but
what he. He's
it's just
literally
hey,
the.
bro, it's funny you say that. I never thought about it like that, but it's
He's.
true.
But
Like
let me think about it,
it
bro.
makes sense.
He's literally the nigga
The
Clay.
playing styles, bro.
They play almost
Clay's
exactly
like
the
the
same.
albino brother, bro. It's like the albino brother, bro. And
Right.
it's just like Chris Middleton, bro. That's wild. They could be like the Splash Brothers. They're on the same squad, like basically.
Yeah, like
Oh, that's kind of wild to
he
think about. Chris
literally.
Middleton,
If you're
same playing
looking
style.
for a
Yep.
nigger version of Clay, it's Chris Middleton. Like it's
And Clay is
literally
like,
him.
bro, Clay's a nigga himself though. But so what's like, what the fuck?
I
That makes it
guess
more
it's just
funny. It's
like
like,
Clay's
right.
a half nigga. Stop it.
bro,
Clay's a half nigga. Stop it.
bro. Okay, fine. A half. Hey, look, if you black, you black. Hey,
That
look.
man is
Hey,
vanilla
look. Hey, look.
chocolate swirl.
Hey, look.
He's that man is Neapolitan.
Oh my god. It's so funny though. Speaking of Klay Thompson about that, I remember when 2K, I think 2K12 or 2K13, bro. They made Klay Thompson look like just like a typical white boy.
Oh
Like
yeah,
you
bro,
literally
bro.
thought
I know what
Klay
you're
Thompson
talking
was
about,
black.
bro.
The
Bro,
graphics were so bad. They messed him up so
they had
bad.
Klay Thompson look like literally created generic character number 7, bro. That joke was hilarious, bro.
That was like that's when I first saw Klay Thompson on 2K. I'm like, who's this white boy? Steph Clay, bro. He looks nothing like that in real life.
Nah, for real, bro.
Bro, they
They
messed up his
really had
picture. It's
Klay
like,
fucked up, bro. 2K for a few
yeah, I
years,
was like, oh
bro.
nah,
They had him looking generic, basic as shit. I'm like, y'all
bro.
niggas are funny.
I'm
Bro.
like, hey, yeah.
That shit
Oh
was
man.
hilarious.
I needed that in a serious moment.
Nah, for
But
real. All
yup.
right,
Mhm.
let's end this on some,
Ooh,
some nice heaty drama. Brooklyn Nets. I remember the moment the trade happened, we all hopped on the pod and said, "Yo, this might be the next super team, the next dynasty." And that was a year ago, basically about a year ago, probably even a little bit more, because that was like the first quarter of the season. We're at about to be at the halfway mark, so basically a year and a few months. So now the update on the Brooklyn Nets: KD is out. Kyrie is part time availability because
part
he don't
timer.
he don't want to get the damn shot.
He's Brock Lesnar. That's what Kyrie is. He's Brock Lesnar. Hey,
He Black Lesnar.
bro, basically,
That's
hey,
what
yeah,
he is.
Black
He Black
Lesnar.
Lesnar.
Hey, bro, Kyrie Irving, Black. That's my Twitter name, Black Lesnar.
He Martin Lester King.
No,
Martin Lesnar King, bro.
but
No,
at least
is
no
he
no 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 no. The
all
thing is,
WWE fans? The funny thing is,
but
shows
at least
everyone's
Brock
blue.
Lesnar, he cares from time to time. Kyrie really don't be giving a fuck. Let's just call it. He really don't. Like at least Brock Lesnar, you'll see that he cares. Like especially now, bro. Like this recent one
Mhm.
he's on, Brock Lesnar, he been killing it. I'm not about to hold you, but
Yeah,
I'm
actually,
dead.
insane in
But that's the
character.
funniest
Mhm.
thing. You say he's the Brock Lesnar of the NBA, bro.
Brock
I can't,
Lesnar,
bro.
NBA, bro, part
I can't,
time.
bro. I can't, bro. That is hilarious.
Ooh,
That is
bro.
funny
First
as
time you see
hell.
Kyrie, hey, Kyrie comes back 4 months into the NBA season. It was like, look at me, man. Like, yeah, what's my MVP? That would be funny, bro. It's
But
like,
that would be the
bro,
funniest like interview media day that I would ever see. He'd be like, "Yeah, I'm back. Where's my awards at? What are you talking about?
like shit,
What
nigga.
are you talking about?
You only played 2 games this season. What the hell?
Bro, like,
Bro,
you
awards. You
literally
want more
played two
participation award?
games and went away for 5 months. You really think you're gonna get shit,
I
bro?
want an
I'm
award.
I'm Kyrie Irving, damn it. I'm
What
Kyrie Irving.
He's some kind of But I swear on everything. That's what they do in
Bro,
WWE. I'm Brock Lesnar, damn it, and I need the title shot. I'm like, bro,
like shit,
where
bro.
have you been for 6 months, bro? You literally disappeared off the face of the planet, bro. My God.
No bullshit, bro.
Oh my God. Well, like, yeah,
Oh man.
Brooklyn, KD, he's out. He's out until basically the end of the month. That's when he's gonna get reevaluated. James Harden's just getting back into form. Kyrie, part-time availability. KD's the only one out of the three that signed an extension. Harden's gonna
Ooh,
be a
kind
possible
of unchy.
free agent. Kyrie's a possible free agent this year, man. You know, things ain't looking
Sounds
good
like
in
the squad is
Brooklyn.
breaking up. Sounds like the band is
We
already breaking
we
up.
might see, and I didn't want to say this, but now I could probably say it. We might be seeing the most disappointing big three of all time.
Yep.
I never thought I'll be saying that
Guess
in
who called
Brooklyn,
this a
but
year ago, man?
who
Guess
called
who
that a year
called this
ago?
a year ago?
Shit, because like how,
Because
bro? They just
the
can't stay
Nets
together
are
on the
straight,
court.
like the Brooklyn Nets
Sad.
as a franchise are straight up the East Coast Clippers.
They
No
are.
matter how
They
Hey
are.
no matter how
yo, I never
talented
thought
their
about it like
roster
that.
is, no matter how many games they win in the regular season, the expectation is, was, and always will be until they win a championship that they're going to somehow mess it up.
And just be
And
that
th-
second
and this
fiddle
is
team in New
why,
York.
and this
Yep,
and this is
overshadowed
why
by the Knicks.
this is why the New York Knicks, a franchise with only 2 NBA finals, and they've been the epitome of misery this whole century. They still run New York and not the team with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden on the team.
We only
No excuse for
emphasize
that.
James Harden's name when we're speaking good about him because we have
Hey, hey.
Hey man,
Let's not
we
hey,
stop,
have an
bro.
agenda to push. Do
Hey,
not let him win. Do not let him win.
James Harden.
I know they
He
listening.
will not.
It's just funny.
It's okay, Kata. You have won the battle, but you won't win the war.
Yo,
Damn,
y'all killing me, bro.
bro. No,
Oh
all I
my
gotta
god,
say
bro.
is we're doing an IG live this weekend, and he said he'll hop on it, bro. So this is gonna be
Bro,
fun,
we need to be Fiji Land versus 301, bro.
bro.
That needs to be, bro.
That's
All of
already
you know
in
what?
the
That's this
works.
weekend. Yup.
That's
This
already
Saturday,
in
bro.
the works. That's already
Mm-hmm.
in the work.
Have
Don't worry
Ari
about
come
that.
on too, bro.
Me and
Yup.
Smiles have talked about that. Don't even worry about that. That is happening. But like I said,
I'm ready for
IG
that.
Live will be happening this
That
Saturday. I
that
don't
could
know
be a
the
preview of
time.
that, like shit.
I will
Mm-hmm.
post the time though when I figure it out. And when it happens, like I said, that man Cater, aka
It could be
Arnold.
4 people on the live at one time, right?
Yeah,
Like
it could
four
be
people on the
yeah,
call.
it could be
Yeah.
4 people. So how we're
Yup,
gonna
bet.
do it,
So.
it will
Mm-hmm.
basically be like, okay, us four will probably start, or say like it's three, or whoever's available. Okay, I know people's work
Whoever's
schedules
there
are crazy.
first, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we'll start it. We'll start talking. People file in, and then probably two of you will probably fall down back into the crowd, so
The
we could bring
comments,
up two
yeah.
people, and then basically after they do their talk, they do their stuff. Those two people drop down. We'll bring up two more people and just keep it
You let
going.
somebody else join and talk.
Just
Yup. And
keep
then
it
you can
going.
comment. I
Keep
like
it
how
going.
IG Live does it because you can comment, be live, comment live too, even when you're not talking. Yeah.
Mhm.
And then as you get on and talk. Yup, I love it. It's storm obviously lit. It's just so toxic though, but it's lit at the
No,
same
no.
time.
Twitter
But
Spaces
yeah.
is far more toxic.
Oh yeah,
Far
it's
more
worse though. You're
toxic.
right. You're
Twitter
right.
Spaces
Twitter
are
spaces,
horrible,
that shouldn't be
bruh.
that doesn't need
You
to be a
you
thing,
you
bro. I
sent
hate it.
something the other day, bro. I saw that. I said, "What the art of finessing?" I was like,
Yo, yeah, the screenshot. I'm just like,
"What?"
what
It's
is this? Bro, I
like,
seen that joint like a bunch of people in. I'm like, what the fuck is this? The art of like how to cheat, the art of finessing. I'm like, okay, I'm not getting a relationship anytime soon. This shit is scary out here. Good luck to y'all, bro. Cause like, what the fuck? Hashtag how to cheat. Why? Okay, that's just weird. So you're just going around trying to ruin people's lives on
Hey,
purpose.
let's
You're
save
a
that for
criminal.
part
You're a
two,
criminal.
bro.
That's funny as shit. But yeah, that was just wild. We gotta talk about that tomorrow for
oh
sure,
no,
bro.
no, we'll definitely hold that for part two for sure, man, 100%.
Oh,
But
bro.
anything y'all want to say before we end the sports analytical art parts of the podcast?
Fly
Arsenal
Eagle
stink.
slash. Psych no. Psych no.
He said, "Fly Eagles fly." I'm
Hey,
dead.
that was random, yeah, but hey, I'm just happy,
Where's
shout
this
out to the
comeback tour
Washington
starts now?
Commanders, even though they should have been salamanders, but hey, Commanders. Washington, they finally got a team, bro.
Long live the
I'm all for the
Manders.
salad.
Long live the
Yeah.
Manders.
Long live
Long
the
live the
Manders.
Manders.
Commanders.
But that's what
Hey,
we're
that's
gonna
the
be
new
calling it,
nickname.
bro. Hey,
Hail
yo,
to the
what's
city
good with the
boys.
Manders,
Hey,
bro?
stop
That's
using a
what we're
pig.
gonna be calling
Hey, you use a
Washington.
salamander for the little
Manders,
nickname.
bro.
Hail
Yeah.
to the city boys.
Oh my god, bro. That's what people are gonna be
City
calling. Hey, yo,
boys,
what's
bro.
good with the Manders, bro? That's what people are gonna be calling them. Yo,
Shit.
that might be the
Hey man, what? Hey man, who you root for, man? I root for the Manders, bro.
bro.
I
That's
root for
literally
Like
the
how it's
shit.
about to
Manders.
be. That's literally how they're gonna say it, bro. That's
Nah,
the
no. Y'all are not the Manders, you damn commies. That's what y'all are.
Bro, I saw that commies. I'm
Fucking
like, oh, y'all gotta chill, bro.
Now you
y'all the
listen here,
fucking
combat.
Washington
Bro,
communists.
You listen here.
bro. I'm just like,
I I strong. I drink milk from goat. Listen here, combat. You do
Don't
not
you
tell me
talk to
about
me
milk.
like that, you
You do
stupid
not. You do
American
not tell me
Washington
about milk.
commander, man. I'm tired of you and your stupid team trying
I
to
am tired of.
Nico Bellic.
My name is Nico Bielik, and you will me and my
Many
cousin
votes.
Roman will pull up to your house and take all of your American women and play with
I
your
send.
big fake American titties.
I send
he
goat to
said
your
fake.
sister.
No, because that's what he used to say.
Bro, that's
Every
why it's so
single time
funny.
he got in the car,
Oh no.
every single time he wanted to go to the strip
bro,
club.
bro. Every time him and Roman were in the car together, bro, it was two
Oh,
things guaranteed gonna happen. Y'all gonna get drunk as hell, and woman will be the topic of conversation. Yo, GTA 4 was
oh
one of
Many
the
no.
most
votes come that.
hilarious
Many votes.
games for no reason, bro. Like so much funny stuff happens in that game that it doesn't even make sense, bro. Like, oh my god, GTA 4 was the definite gem for sure. Ah man, but thank you guys for checking in. Like I said, this is only part one of the episode. We're splitting
Where's
everything
this
into
comeback season
parts.
starts now?
Oh no, not for real though. On some real stuff. Like we about to be the fourth, fifth seed. I'm calling it now. But
Whew.
yeah. So this is the
Niggas
first
gonna have
part of the
talking
episode.
to.
Like I said, this is more of the sports one. The one that will come out after this will be part two. We kind of just that'll be more of a freestyle where we kind of just talk about other topics like stuff that's going on in the world, any personal
Bitches.
stuff, social media, bang, gang, gang. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Jesus Christ, I'm bumble fumbling it today, but tuning in to check us out.
Oh,
Doing,
no.
loving what we do. We almost at 3K, y'all. We're so close, very close. I know y'all can help us reach that 3K in a week. I'm gonna give y'all a week. Next week, we're gonna do that announcement, man. I'm ready for it. But already, we are outie.